Hello? How's it going? We're on the right platform. All right, guys. I'm going to do my... I got our Discord going out, which is good. And I made sure to drop the right link this time, because sometimes I'd be dropping the other one. Also, if you guys... Hello? Oh my god, did my mouse die? Oh, my mouse literally died. Okay, hold on a second. Let me charge up my mouse really quick. I got a wireless mouse on my desk, and sometimes... I mean, not very often. It only dies maybe like every other week and a half. This is not too bad. Or 2 weeks. Let me charge it up. But the good thing is, like, with this mouse right here, it takes about 10 minutes to charge. And the wire is really flexible, so it's not too annoying if you have to plug it in. Alright, we are good. Hi, Marcus. How are you doing today? How's it going? How was your weekend? Or am I still allowed to ask that? Today's like Wednesday. I can still ask that. How was your weekend? I was like, is that a new nickname? Corjit? I'll take it. But yeah, how are you? Hello, hello. I hope you guys got my Discord message. You guys don't know what Discord is. Link is down below. It's like a mega chat room dedicated to us, to the community. So if you haven't already, join the Discord and you'll get notifications on there as well. You can share pictures, doggo pictures, food. Oh, this looks really good. Hold on, someone just shared like this like Instapot thing. Or what's this? Hot pot? Ooh, yum. What the heck is it? What's in it? But man, we got a lot of random stuff to cover today. I was browsing on the internet and I was like, oh, this is interesting. Oh, this is also interesting. And there are some stories that I wanted to circle back to that we talked about from before. Don't like it? Have to try to download on your computer. Do you have it on your cell phone? I have it on my phone and my iPad and my computer. But it's generally pretty easy to use. Initially, it's a little bit confusing because you're like, what is this? What is there, like, text channels? There's, like, voice channels. Like, what is all this? But once you start getting used to it, it's actually pretty cool. I think Discord is a great way to communicate with other people. And then especially if you're, like if you're working in, like, a collaborative environment, it's an easy way to, like, do voice chat with people, share your screen, share photos, and all that stuff. But it is annoying because, like, if you want to actually send larger files, you have to, like, subscribe to their Discord Nitro and blah, 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 blah. But other than that, I think Discord's really cool. Hi, Hannah. How are you doing today? Hello, Miku. How's it going? Hello from Houston, Texas. Oh, wait, you're in Houston, though, Roy. I hear in Dallas, it's snowing right now. Some people lost electricity. My sister is in a different part of Texas, and she said that people were freaking out, and there was a severe weather warning that's going out right now. And she was, like, really confused because we're from the East Coast, and we get snow all the time. It's, like, sometimes it's, like, 10 degrees out. And she's like, bro, there's like nothing going on outside, but it says severe weather warning, and I guess it's 30 degrees outside. I don't know, but it could be also like maybe in certain parts of like Texas, maybe they're just not used to getting snow, so they freak out and their roads aren't ready and like they don't have the salt and all that stuff, so maybe that's why. But she's like, yeah, I'm working from home today. It's like so weird because, you know, when we lived in the East Coast, like, you know, snow would happen, rain, floods, stuff like that, and we would still go out to work, go out to school and all that. But yeah, she's like, this is nice. I can just like stay home. Yay. Misty. Hi, Misty. How are you doing today? How's it going? How is everything in Canada right now? You guys must be freezing your booties off. It's been cold. Why, you know, because you came and visited California, but man, I feel like after you guys left, it got really cold. But now it's been getting warmer and warmer. And we've been using these space heaters. And guys, space heaters, you better be careful because some people use space heaters to try to save money. But if you leave it running, oh my God, it's so expensive. We're trying to figure out what to do with our like electricity bill. Should we turn on the heat? Should we use the space heaters? How often should we use it? When should I wash my clothes? When should, you know, it's so wild. It's crazy. But man, electricity in the wintertime is like no damn joke. You were going to apologize. Oh, are you Size Alarm? Well, hello. Well, you're not banned on YouTube, so you can chat on YouTube. You are banned on Twitch, though. I wanted to apologize about what I said on the Twitch stream. I mean, honestly, we're just a little bit confused because sometimes, like, we weren't sure if you were a bot and you're just, like, typing random things. Because sometimes things get a little bit sus when, like, people write in chat, no one's engaging with them, but then they keep typing the same stuff over and over. So we're a little bit confused. But you know what, Marcus? You're welcome on the YouTube streams. Question. Oh, this is going to be a hard one. Hi, Nick Vince. How are you doing today? You're trying to be an upcoming YouTuber and Twitch streamer. What kind of camera are you using right now? And what are you using to stream on YouTube? Oh, you know what? All of my info is actually on Twitch. Well, actually, you know what? I'm lying. My specs were all on. Oh, wait, do we have? Oh my God, I didn't even noticed. I was talking for so long. Comer, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Guys, if you guys got a membership from Comer, thank you so much, Comer. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Brandon, Richard, Lisa Lee, God of Disaster, Mira, hello, welcome, guys. I hope you guys enjoy your little badges and your little emotes, okay? But yeah, I actually, if you I used to do a lot of videos on my YouTube about my stream setup and all that. And I actually did do a recent updated one, Nick, which will have like all of my current stream stuff. But I will say, if you're just starting everything out, I would just say focus on your content, focus in getting into like maybe a schedule, and then you want to spend money on like a decent microphone. You don't need to have the best microphone. I would just say just get a decent one. You know, people start off with like the Yeti and stuff like that. Like you don't need to have the best of all equipment. Because what happens is sometimes when people start streaming and they spend so much money on like trying to get like the best camera, the best lighting, the best microphone and all that stuff. And then they realize that like, oh, streaming and making YouTube videos is kind of like, it's hard, or I don't want to do it anymore, or I don't really like it. So I would just say like, don't worry too much about spending money on all your peripherals and all that. Focus on the content. And then honestly, you don't really need like the best of the best these days to even make good content. Like there are some people, like for example, like ASMR. I remember back then there was a lot of people that would use like the Apple EarPods, whatever. The Apple whatever to make their ASMR videos, and like they were getting lots of traction. But I do have a video on my YouTube channel. You should definitely check it out. I posted it about maybe 2 months ago, Nick, that you can see what I'm currently using. But I would just say like all of my stuff is just like overkill. You could just get like a regular webcam. You can just get like a Yeti mic, and then you just get like, you know, some people do the green screen thing, but don't go out and buy the Elgato green screen yet, you know, go buy like green cloth or something. But yeah, I know it's really hard to like, when you want to like get into something, you kind of want to go gung-ho on it. But I think it's best to just focus on your content, see if you like it, see how you like engage with it, and like start slowly growing your audience and stuff like that. But yeah, check out the YouTube channel. That's what I'm trying to say. If you really do want to know my like entire like peripherals and all the equipment and stuff, it's linked in the YouTube. I guess I should, wait, is it in my About Me section, my YouTube channel right now? It might be. Let me see, is it, if you scroll down, oh yeah, actually if you go to the video info, scroll down. Oh, I should link the video in there. It has all my stuff, but let me grab the video. Why did I have the video link? I should do that totally. Okay. Let me go to my YouTube channel real quick. Let's go to the YouTube channels. But yeah, how is everyone doing today? I hope you guys had a good weekend. What's the weather like in your area? Has it been cold? I went shopping for some plants and stuff like that. Oh, we're using space heaters right now? Oh my God, dude. We thought we were saving money by using space heaters, but then we just got our electric bill, and Dennis is like, dude, how the hell do we use so many like kilowatts? What happened? And I don't know, we're just confused. So we tried to calculate to see like how much the space heaters cost, and it was like 25 cents an hour, but I had 2 of them on like all the time. You got a new MIDI keyboard? Oh, hi Ragtime, how are you doing today? Yeah, Misty uses, I think you still use the Yeti, right, for your ASMR videos. You wanted to apologize a week ago, but you're so bad waiting for YouTube stream to apologize. Oh, it's all good, dude. It's all good. Don't worry about it. It's beautiful in Cali. Yeah, it's getting warm over here in California. Isn't that nice? All right, sorry. I was going to show you my YouTube. Blah, 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 blah. Let me see if we can find it. What's the best way to like look at people's channels? This way, right? Okay, so this is my keyboard that I'm currently using. Love it, by the way. I've been playing my Overwatch stuff with it. And if you scroll down a little bit, wait, how long ago did I make this video? Just keep scrolling down, you'll see it. Here I go. Stream setup tour. So this was about 2 months ago. So we do like a little like tour of the stream room, and then you can see like how my stuff is set up and all the cameras and stuff. But like I said, if you're just starting streaming or making YouTube, don't like buy everything overkill. Just buy some secondhand stuff, see how you like it, and then go from there. If you really enjoy it and like, you know, it's generating some revenue for you, then like, yeah, spend some money on it. But yeah, I thought about upgrading so many times, but honestly, I just love how the Yeti sounds, even though it's USB XLR, it's a lot of effort. I think like one of the things that I realized is that if you make it easy to do something, you're gonna want to do it more, you know? Because like I feel like Like for me, when I try to do the ASMR stuff, right, the setup was such a pain in the ass. I was, it was not very smart of me because I was living in downtown LA. It was very loud. I was living in a condo. You could hear the toilet flushing and like the streets are loud. Everything's like, all the cars honking and like doing their Fast and the Furious driving stuff. But yeah, it was a pain in the ass to set up. And like I remember like because the setup was such a pain in the ass, I just didn't enjoy it. And also editing was a pain in the ass as well. Editing was not fun because I had to go through and edit all the little annoying street sounds and all that stuff. But yeah, try to make it easy. Make it easy. That way, like when you do it, you're not going to be like, oh my God, I have to set everything up and this is just be such a pain and blah, 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 blah. Make it easy for you to do your shit. So I thought about upgrading so many times. Oh, I read that part already. Arturia Keylab 88. It comes with 6 different sounds from really expensive synthesis. Yeah, oh my God, exactly. The main thing that helped me moving my stuff into the closet, it was all foam treated in there, so the sound is way easier to control now. Yeah, and like I was trying to do it in our walk-in closet as well, but like it was like barely a walk-in closet. It was like a standing closet, I feel like. But it was so cramped in there. Anytime when I had to get up and use the bathroom, I would have to like wiggle my way out of the table and move everything around without touching and messing with all the lights. And like, yeah, it was just a pain in the ass. It was, yeah, just make it easy, make it easy. Because like to actually create and generate the content, it's already kind of like, people think it's easy just to like stream, but no, it's like sometimes it's a little bit like, you gotta like prep and like you gotta actually like get your nerves ready and stuff. But yeah, I don't know, just try it out, see if you like it, and then like go from there. But anyways, I hope you guys have been doing well. It's been a while since we did the YouTube streams. Now I do have an explanation though, because last week I was gonna do a YouTube stream, but we were traveling last week and I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna play Overwatch the entire week. And we didn't even rank up in Overwatch. We actually deranked, but let's not talk about that. Okay, new season's about to come up. We're gonna start afresh. We're gonna start anew. 6K different sounds, 6K different sounds from the best synthesizers. Dude, audio stuff is hard, man. I don't know. Audio, like we actually thought about hiring someone to like do the audio stuff for me, because like trying to learn how to do it and like, I don't know, making it sound good, it is tough. Like I still need to tweak some stuff a little bit to make my voice sound a little bit more bassy and not so like, oh my God, high pitch. But I think right now we have a pretty decent setup. We have like the wavelink, which makes things very easy, and it's not as glitchy as Banana Meter. Although Banana Meter is great though, because it is a free software. But oh my God, we had so many issues with the Banana Meter. But Elgato really makes really cool stuff for streaming. So I really like Elgato. An intro song. I don't know if I want an intro song. I've never... I don't know if you guys realize, but like I feel like my streams are very like, they're very I don't know, I feel like I used to do like the whole intro song stuff. I wanted to do like the outro song. I wanted to do like the break, like, be right back later stuff. Like I don't know, man. I feel like my streams, I'm just too lazy to do all any of that stuff. So I think I'm okay. I think I'm good. You're doing a workout meditation. That's cool. All right. Yeah. Work on yourself. Yeah. Get that thing done. Very cool. But yeah, we have a lot of really random, bizarre stuff that I wanted to just chat about with you today. I wanted to start off with Alec Baldwin. Now, as you guys may or maybe not know, I mean, I feel like a lot of people already know because it's been in the news. It's been covered so much. But Alec Baldwin was on the set. He was filming for a movie that he was also like a producer of, and he was also like the actor as well. And what happened on set was that they were practicing this one shot, not shooting shot, but like one shot. And he actually fired the weapon, and the weapon actually had like a live bullet inside, and it actually went through the director and went through the was it assistant director as well. And the woman she actually died, but the person that was behind them actually survived. So it's been like, I think more than a year now, maybe like a year and a half since that's happened. It happened in like, I think in New Mexico. And Alec Baldwin actually was formally charged with manslaughter, and they're going to go to court. They're going to go to trial and everything. And I wanted to go over some of the stuff that I found online. We have like I think the probable cause affidavit. Is that what we have? I just want to go through it. And yeah, statement of probable cause. We got this one, and because they're actually going to charge 2 people. They're going to charge Alec Baldwin, and then they're also going to charge Gutierrez Reed, which is a woman on set who was supposed to be in charge of like the firearm safety stuff, I think. I have an article here, so we can just read that as well. But I wanted to go through it really quick and just kind of chat about it. And then other than that, we do have some bizarre stuff that I just wanted to get into because there are some weird people out there and there are some crazy people out there and some really just bizarre stories. But I have a couple of them. I don't know if we're gonna go through all of them. We'll see. Maybe we will. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. No, you're good. You're fine. It's okay. I would just say, you know what? It's fine. Move on. It is what it is. All right. So let me see what we got here. I don't know where I wanted to jump down. And then someone in my Discord. Sorry, I kicked my camera because I moved my tripod, and my tripod is currently in a. I think I need to move it again or something, but I keep kicking it. It kind of looks like I'm going through like earthquake or something, but we're not. Hi, Brandon. How are you doing today? How's it going? Hello, hello. I hope you've been well. And what is going on? Let's see. What should we start with? I think since we started talking about Alec Baldwin, let's talk about that. So we have a statement of probable cause with Alec Baldwin, and there are some, it's about 10 pages, not too bad. It'll be a really quick and easy read. And then this one is cool. All right, we got it. Let me mute my music really quick. Sometimes I forget to mute the music, and it drives me crazy. Wait, hold on a second. Brandon says they just went through a tornado last week, but you're surviving. Oh man, I've always wanted to see a tornado, like a real tornado. I never want to be in one though, because it looks really scary, and then sometimes you never know their travel path. And yeah, but like, oh my god, tornadoes, I always thought they looked so freaking cool. Does like did the sky turn green and then was hail falling from the sky, and then you saw like a beautiful tornado burrito coming towards you? I hope you're okay though. But I guess you guys can see right here. I literally have a tornado poster and like a bunch of other storms and stuff. So I've always wanted to see one. But I feel like if I was really in one, I would probably be so scared. But yeah, I hope you guys were okay. Let me sift through. Okay, so this is what I wanted to read. Statement of probable cause. And then again, guys, if you guys miss any parts of the stream, it's fine. Well, here's what I've been doing. I've just been actually pushing out my stream live, like a little bit after it goes, after we stream. And then sometimes, like, you know, because sometimes people don't want to watch like a long stream. They just want to like watch like certain parts. I'll just like chop it up later on and like make them into videos. So if you guys miss the stream, it's fine. You can always see it later on. There was a hail, and then the clouds were crazy. You went inside, and it got 2 minutes later. How long did it last for? You know what's really scary? I've been watching a lot of like those storm videos, but there was just one that really scared the crap out of me. Because it was so dark outside. Like, this happened during nighttime, obviously, but it was so dark outside, you couldn't really see anything. People didn't realize that there was a giant tornado like in front of them. Like, you know, you're gonna have to like probably listen to the radio and stuff to be updated and stuff, but like they didn't realize that it was like right in front of them, or sometimes like it's like directly right behind you. It's like so hard to see, you know. You don't see like the burrito coming towards you, but if it's like really dark and if the tornado is really wide, for example, I didn't realize, but tornadoes can get up to like 3 to 4 miles wide. I had no idea. I thought all tornadoes were like just like little skinny dinky ones. I thought anything bigger than that were just like considered hurricanes or something. But yeah, they got like they got like tornadoes that are like 3 miles wide, and that's like so wild. Like, imagine having one coming up behind you in the dark. You can't really tell, you know, because it's so big. Like, oh man, that shit is so crazy. Hi, Yuzai. How are you doing today? How's it going? I think your donut is still back there. Oh no, Steve, you're killing the toy. Hold on a second. He's killing this toy. No, you cannot kill this toy. Oh my god. I don't want him to kill this toy because this is the toy where there's the fish dances. Oh, he already killed it. Oh god. He murdered it. It's a cat toy actually, and it's supposed to like dance around like this, but he done murder it. He cracked the box. There was like a plastic box inside, and he just cracked it. Oh man. Well, it lasts a month-ish, but I just wish dog toys were just more durable, you know? But I get it. They don't want to make it more durable because they want people to keep buying freaking dog toys. But I don't know. I feel like I should just make my own dog toy where it's just more durable. It's annoying. Damn, it sounds intense. Yuzai, have you been well? I hope it's good over there. Nemo! Yeah, Comer. Nemo's dead. F's in chat to pay your respects to Nemo. Steve killed Nemo. But you know, the donut's still there. That's the donut that Yuzai got him. Donut's still good. Actually, I need to inspect his skin. He's been itching a lot lately. I don't know why. He had like a little allergy thing, where his armpits lost hair. I don't know. Dogs are just so, I don't know. Maybe it's just corgis. Corgis just have so many like allergy issues. But he like his armpits turned red, and he has like no hair right now. And he's just a funny looking guy because his entire body is furry except for his armpits. So it's like the opposite of a human. That's an idea. Why don't you? I know, right? I should. Durable dog toys, you know? Good, durable, fun dog toys. And cute little like dog outfits or something like that. But I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, really cool today. Got to go to the office. Oh, you had to go to the office in the morning? Wait, to go to work and stuff? Did you have to scrape any snow off your car? Because that's the worst. I hate that. All right, guys, let's get into this. We're going to read the statement of probable cause, okay? So we're going to get into the Alec Baldwin stuff. As I mentioned earlier, he has been formally charged with manslaughter, and it was him and another person as well. And we'll go through hers. So we have January 31st, 2023. This was yesterday. Was this yesterday? Oh, it was yesterday. Damn, this was yesterday. Guys, it's already February of 2023. What the heck? And I can't even believe it's 2023. All right, so we have background synopsis. Oh, you know what? I feel like I always give the synopsis, but my synopsis is always like crappy. I should have maybe just read this then. Probably would have been better, but it's okay. You get it twice. You get my version, and then you get the better official version. All right, it's all good, Marcus. I say we should move on, and let's just not talk about it, and you're fine. Because I think if you keep bringing it up and no one's really engaging in it, it's going to be kind of the same thing as what happened on Twitch, right? It's just, it is what it is, and you're good. You're on YouTube right now, but we're fine. Hi, Valve. How's it going? How are you doing today? How's the itchy, Valve? Should I just call you Itchy Poo from now on? I hope the itch has been okay. Background synopsis. So if you guys don't know, we're going to go into it right now. On October 21st, 2021, in the county of Santa Fe, state of New Mexico, a shooting involving a handgun revolver firearm occurred that results in the death of Helena Hutchins, that's the name of the director, and the serious injury of Joel Souza, and I believe he's the assistant director, maybe? The shooting involved a .45 caliber revolver occurred on a Western movie set located in rural Santa Fe County, referred to and known as Bonanza Creek Ranch. That's the address right there. On this date being filmed and or rehearsed at this location, and was a film at the time name referred to as Rust. Through interviews, statements, and evidence, it was later learned that defendant Alec Baldwin, hereinafter Baldwin, was the lead actor in the film. Through these interviews, statements, and physical evidence, it was also learned that Baldwin was involved and named as the primary producer of the film. Through these same statements, interviews, maybe I should wear my glasses. Let's wear my glasses on. I was like, what? What does that say? There you go. Oh my God, hold on. These are dirty. I can't stand wearing dirty glasses. Hi, E. How are you doing today? How's it going? Hello. How are you? Skibbity, oh, how do you pronounce that? Skibbity? Can I have to call you Bob? Bob says Baldwin, guilty AF. You reckon? I don't know. You should have, I don't know. Why would he have on purpose? I don't get it. Y'all, you guys, I can't be reading your messages today. What's going on? I'm pretty good. How are you? I'm doing okay, man. How was school? Victor Chong, hey, how are you doing today? The whole Alex murder, someone on set with a real gun instead of a prop, reminds me of the Brandon Lee incident during the making of The Crow. Brandon Lee is, Bruce Lee's son, right? Is that what you're referring to? What I didn't know they actually used real guns. Like before the Alec Baldwin situation happened, I didn't know they used real guns on set. I always thought it was always a prop. Yeah. I was just like, wait, don't we have the technology nowadays to make prop guns that look almost like real guns? But yeah, I don't know. They've been using real guns and shit. But what's really interesting is like, how the hell was there a live round in this gun? Jesus, talk about some negligence. One of your classes got canceled, so it was good. Reminds me of something that would happen in a Hitman game. All right, guys. I'm energized. My glasses are clean, and we good. Through these statements, interviews, and evidence, it was determined that after lunch on October 21st, 2021, the crew, production staff, camera crew, and actors were preparing for a scene set in the church. This was not an established rehearsal, nor had filming commenced. At this point, Baldwin was seated in what is referred to and appears to be a church on this movie set. Baldwin was in possession of .45 long Colt caliber revolver type firearm. Ah! What are you doing here? Get out of here. I think he just wants to say hi real quick. He wants to say hi, then I have to eject him out of here. There you go, Steve. Hi. You want to see his new toy? Sorry, guys. We're going to be interrupted. Look at what we got him. Aren't these so cute? The claw. It's so cute. All right, Steve. I'm going to kick you out of the room, though. Come on. You want to take your little toy? Go ahead. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Steve. Bye-bye. Steve says bye. Which class was it that got canceled? The Crayon Shin-chan? Yes. Crayon Shin-chan is amazing. I wonder how many episodes was there of Crayon Shin-chan? Is it still an ongoing series like Case Closed? Isn't it wild how some of your favorite childhood anime is still ongoing? Like, I seriously do think Case Closed is still ongoing, right? Don't they have like almost as many episodes as One Piece? Something wild like that? Is this a scene? Were we using the scene? This was the scene, right? Yeah, this is the one. Zai, thank you so much for the sticker. I always love those quirky stickers, man. They're so adorable. Thank you, thank you. There goes the alert. It's a little bit delayed. You know, maybe instead of using stream elements, I should use something else. Delay is it's kind of annoying. Kind of annoying. Baldwin was in possession of a .45 long Colt caliber revolver type firearm, one of a type and kind often used and or seen in on a Western genre type movies or on set. The firearm is a single action revolver handgun, which requires the cocking of the exposed hammer. So the hammer is when you go like that part right there, which then rotates the cylinder, and the pressing of the trigger is required to fire the weapon. So you got to cock it, rotate this, which rotates the cylinder, and then press the trigger. Okay. In front of Baldwin standing were victims Helena Hutchins and Joel Souza. Hutchins and Souza reviewing and moving a camera for a possible setup for a later scene to occur at a later undetermined date and or time. Through these statements, interviews, and physical evidence, it was learned that Helena Hutchins was a director of photography for the film, and Joel Souza was the director-writer for the film. Information evidence obtained showed that Baldwin was seated in a pew facing in a northerly direction towards the front of the church. In front of him was Helena Hutchins and Joel Souza, and a camera operator along with the other crew, sound, script, costume, etc. Baldwin was wearing a shoulder holster right-hand draw, which was securing holding the .45 long Colt caliber, single-action 6-shot revolver. Baldwin was practicing drawing and pointing the weapon for the scene with guidance and instruction from Helena Hutchins and Joel Souza. That was for Steve. Oh, Steve says thank you. One of your electives got canceled. Fun. It's so true that it's so true that it was sent a few weeks ago. In an interview with Alec, he said he cocked it halfway, let go of the hammer, went off. I feel like it was a horrible accident. I have not seen the interrogation yet. Are you talking about the interrogation, or are you talking about just like a regular interview he did on TV? I saw that they released like interrogation videos, and I have not seen that yet. Joel Souza, a camera operator. Oh, I think I read that already. Yep, the setup was to be a close-up of Baldwin and the firearm as he drew the weapon and pointed it. Helena Hutchins and Joel Souza were viewing the practice scene on a monitor attached to the camera. Baldwin drew the revolver from the holster, pointed at Helena Hutchins, and fired the weapon. When reviewing the script and witness interviews for this particular scene and close-up shot, evidence indicates that the scene and shot did not require the weapon to be fired. It was also determined by consultation with expert armorers that in a rehearsal, a plastic gun or replica gun should be used as no firing of blanks is required. However, Baldwin fired the single-action .45 long Colt revolver, resulting in a discharge of a projectile that struck and traveled through the right armpit area of Helena Hutchins, exited her back from the OMI's official report, then struck Joel Souza in the right shoulder and lodged into his right back. At approximately 1:48 p.m., the shooting was reported to Santa Fe County Regional Emergency Communications Center via 911. This resulted in a response of fire, emergency, medical, and Santa Fe County Sheriff Office personnel. This further resulted in the case number incident being generated. Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office conducted an investigation into the shooting under this case number as a death investigation. Detective Alexander Hancock was assigned as the primary investigator. He didn't put the finger on the trigger, just on the hammer. Felt like they don't test out the props first before actually using it on set. Lol. Yeah, and I want to know what the role was of, because we're going to be reading that part next, of the person that's in charge of like the, what's it called? Of like the gun. The armorer? Is that what you call him? The armorer? Okay, we're learning stuff. Helena Hutchins, the response of emergency personnel resulted in Joel Souza being transported by ambulance to this medical center located here within the city limits of Santa Fe. Helena Hutchins was transported from the scene by air ambulance helicopter to Level 1 Trauma Center in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Helena Hutchins was pronounced deceased at approximately 3:37 p.m. by attending medical personnel. Joe Souza was treated and released, but not before a projectile was removed from his back. The projectile appeared to be a lead projectile of the type and kind found in live ammunition. This item was secured and turned over to the police department. As noted above and confirmed by the evidence and analysis, the recovered projectile first struck and then passed through entirely through Helena Hutchins and then struck Joel Souza. There was no evidence that the bullet ricocheted or struck any objects or person before striking Helena Hutchins. The projectile then penetrated through the front of Joel Souza's right shoulder and became lodged under his skin on his back. The medical examiner listed Helena Hutchins' cause of death preliminary as gunshot wound of the chest after conducting an autopsy on October 22nd, 2021. Hi, Micha. How are you doing today? Hello, hello. Felt like they don't test out the prop before first for actually using on set. Well, more like before the director says action. Firearm ammunition and Baldwin as actor and shooter. Statement and evidence show Baldwin was not present for required firearm training prior to commencement of filming. Wait, why would he not have to do firearm training? I would think that like anyone that's like going to be touching a real firearm on set would have to go through proper firearm training, right? What do I know? I'm not an actor. Statements, depositions from OSHA, and evidence show Baldwin was provided only minimal training on firearms, even after Reed requested more training for Baldwin. So Reed is going to be the other person that's going to be charged as well. So remember that name, Reed. In the deposition taken from Reed, she stated Baldwin had very limited training on the cross draw that was required for the scene on the 21st and limited training in firearms and how to check his own firearm as to whether it was unloaded or loaded. And it's not like Alec Baldwin is a new and upcoming actor. He's been in the acting industry for, I want to say, well over 20 years, maybe even more than that. And limited training in firearms and how to check his own firearm as to whether it was unloaded or loaded, in which Reed felt like it was very important in his role as Russ. A training session for at least an hour or more in length was scheduled, but the actual training consisted of only 30 minutes as according to Reed. Baldwin was distracted and talking on his cell phone to his family during the training. Baldwin approached responding deputies on the day of the shooting, wanted to talk to them because he was the one who fired the gun. He was referred to and later interviewed by detectives. Hey, Walmart Marine, how are you doing today? Maybe they're implying the actor should do firearm training to check for the loaded ammo himself. I mean, from what I hear, you have someone else that like handles the gun for you because you don't want to put that much responsibility on an actor. Like someone checks the gun for you and then they hand it to you and then you do it for like, you do your thing, right? You do your shot. But like, I know. I mean, I'm sure like the actor, even though the responsibility is just not purely just on them, they should still go through like firearm training. But it seems like he did like minimal firearm training. But I don't know. I wonder what's required in like what do they require for actors to go through when there's like firearms on set, and if that minimum was done or not. Photo and evidence from inside the church on the day of the shooting shows some of the rehearsal. Wait, did I read this one? Oh, here it is. Baldwin later asserted that he never fired the revolver and that it had just gone off. Baldwin made this assertion public as well. Oh, this is what you guys were talking about in the chat earlier. In multiple media interviews conducted after the shooting. Many media interviews and law enforcement interviews were conducted by Baldwin. He displayed very inconsistent accounts of what happened during the incident when firing the gun that killed Hutchins. Photo and video in evidence from inside the church and on the day of the shooting shows some of the rehearsal up to and including the moments before the shooting. The photos and videos depict the above described actions of Baldwin prior to the shooting, practicing drawing and pointing the weapon. The photos and videos clearly show Baldwin multiple times with his finger inside of the trigger guard and on the trigger while manipulating the hammer while drawing, pointing, and holstering the revolver. Hey Bleep, how are you doing today? How's it going? Hello, hello. Oh, the actor is meant to check the weapon after Brandon Lee. Man, putting that much responsibility on an actor. I guess like as like a secondary like step, right? So you have like the armory person checks it and the actor checks it afterwards just to make sure. Am I the only one thinking that Baldwin shouldn't have talked to the police? He probably shouldn't have done interviews, honestly. I feel like when stuff like this happens, whenever you do the interviews are the ones that they kind of go through and look at, you know, and they bring it back to the court. It was like, hey, look, but you said this, you said that, and this is inconsistent. But yeah, I mean, I get it. Like he wants to do the interview to set the record straight or whatever. But I just feel like doing interviews is just not a good idea. Like, what did we learn about Meg Thee Stallion when she did the interview, right? Like, just not a good idea, right? Look at this guy. He just busted into my room. Well. He's like, you know what? I'm coming in here. I don't care what you say. I mean, you can stay here, Steve. You just can't be doing your squeaky thing. Oh, look, guys. I brought Steve's couch bed here. Isn't he so cute? I got him a little couch. He's not even using it, though. You're so ungrateful, Steve. Ungrateful. Now it happened twice already. They might do it now. Prop gun, big difference from a rail gun. Sadly, they never enforced the rule in sets. The law doesn't care as long as they build a case against the guy. They make money out of it. It's easier to paint him guilty than to prove he's not guilty. Photo and video evidence. Oh, I think I read this one already. The revolver involved in the shooting was seized by detectives as evidence. It was later submitted to the FBI crime lab for examination and analysis. As part of the examination analysis, the FBI conducted a malfunction check of the revolver. This involved trying to get the weapon to fire without the trigger being depressed, i.e. striking the hammer at various multiple angles against a solid object and striking the hammer of the revolver with an actual hammer mallet. The revolver did not malfunction. Fire when it shouldn't have accidentally. This analysis clearly showed the weapon could not accidentally fire. For the weapon to fire, the trigger would have to be depressed and pressed. So this is going to go against what Alec Baldwin said in the interview, right? You guys were saying that he said that like, oh, he never actually pressed the trigger. He only cocked it. The analysis additionally included testing of and documentation of the sear and engagement points of the hammer as it is moved from the position of at rest all the way down against the frame in its lowest position. Through each engagement of the single action hammer mechanism, the firearm possessed 1/4 and half cock position safeties and were found to function as designed, keeping the hammer from striking the cartridge primer without pulling the trigger. Additionally, at half cock, I'm sorry. I knew someone in my chat was going to say something and I preemptively laughed, okay? Your dog is the same, has 3 beds, refuses to use any one of them. I hear for cats what you're supposed to do. If you get a new bed, you're supposed to put your clothes on it to make it like smell like you and they'll go to it more. But I don't know if that is for the dog. Listen, I thought you guys were going to say something stupid and I preemptively just laughed, okay? Even though your jokes would have been corny anyway. Shut up. And believe it definitely would have came from you, all right, sir? Okay. James says that type of gun has a double click hammer. Then you pull the trigger. That's the issue here. He never had any firearm experience, so he wouldn't have known. Mark Wood, hello. If it's only a prop and only has blanks in it, would it still be called fired? And why would he need training if it's only a prop with blanks in it? No, it was a real gun. So, like, what I didn't know was that in movie sets, they use real guns sometimes. Sometimes they want the real thing. They want it to be, like, you know, as authentic as possible. Because I always just thought, like, oh, of course they use fake guns. I didn't know they'd use real guns. But yeah, sometimes they use real guns in it. Now, the question is, why was there a live round in there? But I don't know if it's going to get into that. We'll get there. Let's see what it says. Cylinder was... Okay, additionally, at half cock, the cylinder was partially rotated, making it impossible for the hammer and the attached firing pin to strike a primer. The FBI additionally analyzed various types and kinds of ammunition seized from the scene, including the prop truck. This included dummy rounds, blank rounds, and suspected live ammunition. A total of 5 suspected live rounds one spent casing of a live round that was discharged, causing the shooting or seized by investigators. Evidence and statements indicate that aside from what Hannah Gutierrez Reed, the armorer, Russ Production, so again, she's been charged as well, and right now they're like pointing their fingers at each other. She's pointing her finger at Alex Baldwin, and Alex Baldwin's pointing his fingers at her, may have brought to the set with her. All weapons and ammunition, blank dummy for the production, were obtained from a supply company in Albuquerque. Detectives investigated these facts, including service of a search warrant at a place of business of PDQ Arms and Props in Albuquerque, who was the supplier of the dummies and blanks to Russ. Several suspected live rounds of .45 long Colt caliber. Okay, so I'm not a gun person, so let's look this up really quick. Let's see. Let's read Wikipedia. Is this Wikipedia? Why does it look weird? Is this Wikipedia? It looked weird for a second there. All right, let's learn, guys. Dummy round. A dummy round or drill round is a round that is completely inert, so it means it can't move, contains no primer, propellant, or explosive charge. It is used to check weapon function and for crew training. Dummy ammunition is distinct from practice ammunition, which may contain smaller than normal amounts of propellant and or explosives. Dummy is not to be confused with the blank, a cartridge for a firearm that contains propellant and a primer, but no bullet or shot. Okay, so this is a dummy round, completely inert, no primer, propellant, or explosive charge. Okay, and it's not to be confused with a blank. What is a blank round? A blank is a firearm cartridge that, when fired, does not shoot a projectile like a bullet or pellet, but it generates a muzzle flash and an explosive sound like a normal gunshot would. Firearms may need to be modified to allow a blank to cycle the action. The shooter experiences less recoil with the blank than with a live round. Blanks are often used in prop guns for shooting simulations that have no need for ballistic results, but still demand light and sound effects. Okay, so blank dummy. There we go. Learning a little bit here. Let's go back. Several suspected live rounds of the .45 long Colt caliber cartridges were seized as a result. Some supplied by the company owner to investigators and some found at the place of business. These rounds were submitted to the FBI for comparison with the suspected live rounds found at the shooting scene. That's the thing I'm just wondering. Why were there live rounds at the shooting scene? That's what I want to know. Corgi versus Bleep in court would be a hilarious trial. I would win. What do you mean? I would global humiliation for Bleep. They would give me a booster seat. Talk for yourself, okay? Production team were firing live rounds on the set. I think I heard about that too as well. Whatever happened to the use of CGI and not use actual live rounds to break glass and objects? Low. Brandon Lee was killed by a dummy round stuck in the barrel, or blank in the barrel, I think. Oh, actually, we could just look that up really quick, right? How was Brandon Lee killed? Brandon Lee. Let's read. Lee, who was the son of a martial artist, Bruce Lee, died after his co-star actor Michael Massey fired at him with a prop gun during filming in 1993. Although the revolver was loaded with blanks, the gunpowder in the blank cartridge ignited, leading Massey to unknowingly fire a bullet fragment at Lee, who later died in surgery. Oh my goodness. So even with like a blank, and there was like gunpowder in there. Did not face any charges. Decades later, a similar incident occurred when Baldwin fired a live round from a Colt 45 at his set. Baldwin maintains he did not intend to fire at Hutchins, sued those involved in handling and supplying the prop gun, reached a lawsuit. Oh, this just goes into like the Baldwin stuff. Okay. Jesus. Scary, huh? The explosive chemistry examination of the round showed that the smokeless powder in the live rounds found in the scene did not match the live rounds seized from the props arms supplier in question. This means the live rounds on Russ did not match the rounds' explosive chemistry taken from the PDQ arms and props. The FBI lab determined that 5 suspected live rounds were recovered at the scene of the shooting were indeed live rounds, each possessing an unfired primer, powder, and bullet as part of the cartridge. These 5 rounds were found by the detectives and a crime scene technician while processing the scene. The 5 unfired rounds were found in the following location. 1 from the SFSO Lieutenant Benavides patrol vehicle that he seized from Reed upon his arrival. 2 from the top of the armorer's cart, including the 1 spent live round casing. 1 from the bandolier on the cart, 1 from the Baldwin holster located inside the church, and 1 from the ammunition box located in the armorer's cart. Along with the casing and fired projectile, there were a total of 6 .45 live rounds that were discovered in various locations on the rust set. There's that one scene in Crow where the protagonist is FCK as his powers wore out. Part of me always wants to believe they kept that one scene when he got shot. Hi, Ricta. How are you doing today? I remember his father dying way too young. Rest in peace, Bruce. Have I seen The Crow? No, I have not seen The Crow before. That movie sounds familiar, though. Maybe I saw it when I was a kid, possibly. He was also a Bigfoot telepathic alien? Wait, what movie is this, Richard? 45 Long Cold is a pretty beefy freaking around. My grandpa's an antique cowboy gun collector, but he also thinks he's a Bigfoot that is a telepathic alien. Life is about balance. Oh gosh, Richard. You're alive. Are you getting any more snow? How's the weather over there for you? I hope it's been, my sister's been laughing because she lives in like Texas and she's like, oh my God, they like canceled work today because they said it was 30 degrees outside and it's like really cold or something. I don't know. She said they're expecting some extreme weather conditions, but she doesn't see any snow outside. He was dressed up like Sting from WWE. Oh my Lord. That's what it was? Because I was looking at the costume and I was like, wait, that looks so familiar. Oh, WWE, man. I remember those good old days. WWE. It's 17 here. Yikes. Victor says Brendan's really tall. Whenever he does high kicks, always got me laughing because his opponents in the scenes always got big booted. Yeah, because there was that picture of Brandon Lee, and I was like, wait, why is he dressed like that? But yeah, Sting. Yeah, that'd be cool. We should do that for Halloween. Sting from WWE. Oh God, we should just all do cosplay of like old school WWE people. Oh my God. Sounds like Texas, they cancel crap over half an inch of snow. I mean, I think it's because maybe you guys don't get snow as often and you're not prepared for it. Like you don't have enough salt to salt the roads, or maybe your road conditions are pretty crap. Like, I don't know. But on the East Coast, it's like, snow, 6 foot, whatever. Come to work, guys. Make it into work. You want to be the Hulkster? You call Ric Flair? I had a shirt that I gave back to my friend. I should have given it back to her, but I gave it back to her. It had like it was like old school W characters of like everyone. I should just buy it on eBay. I bet you can just buy it myself. We can go find it. It was such a sick ass shirt, man. Super dope. All right, so we seized 6 .45 live rounds that were discovered in various locations of the rust set. Evidence further shows that Baldwin, as an actor, has an extensive experience in the film industry involving firearms. Failed to demand at least 2 safety checks between the armorer and himself, and witnessing the handling of firearms by a first assistant director. We get to learn about standard protocol. Okay. Standard protocol is the armorer is to show the actor the firearm, okay? Pull the bullets out in front of the actor, okay? And demonstrate there are no live rounds but dummies in the firearm. Baldwin knows this is standard safety protocol as he has mentioned it in media interviews. God, why did he do interviews? And in law enforcement interviews. Hannah Gutierrez Reed, hereafter Reed, did not do this protocol in front of Baldwin. Baldwin did not object to this action. Reed discusses in her interviews with OSHA and law enforcement this should have occurred. Reed also acknowledges in her interviews that she should have been in the church with a firearm at all times. Wait, when they were filming this scene, did Baldwin not tell Reed about this? Was she not privy to this at all? Because she's basically saying like, oh yeah, like I know I should have been there. Oh, snaps. Let's see what happens. Instead, she left the church while Baldwin was in possession. Oh, she left the church. Ooh. The way that's worded sounds like she knew, but she left. Okay. While Baldwin was in possession of a firearm in close proximity to the cast and crew. Baldwin further acknowledges that it's standard protocol for armorers to stay with the firearm at all times in the media interviews. Ooh. Finally, Baldwin It was a large slumping noise. I was like, what the fuck? I have this like fear that someone's living in my attic. Ever since I climbed into my attic once, it was very scary, by the way. I was crawling through my attic and I found like beer bottles and like water bottles up there. And I was like, oh my God, Dennis, I think they're, and it was so scary because I was up there by myself and I thought they were going to like pop out and like kill me or something. And like quickly crawled out of there and I came back. I was like, oh my God, Dennis, there's like shit up there. But he was like, oh, I think when people were just working on the roof or something, they were probably just having a drink and just left their stuff in there. Because it wouldn't make sense how they would they come out at night and like eat stuff from my refrigerator? I wouldn't notice things were missing, right? Anyways, so Steve just dropped his bone and it's like really loud. Crow is a decent movie. Just watch the first one and that's about it. What year did Crow come out? Hi, Bernice. How are you doing today? I like the Bushwhackers. I don't know if I remember that. Andre the Giant. I remember there's a lot of like, I remember Sting, definitely. China, definitely. Andre the Giant? The Hulk, definitely. I don't know. There's a lot of wrestlers I don't remember. Oh, one of my favorites though. Who was the not the Sting? There's like a really big guy. Oh, the Underworld. He was really cool. I watched this as a kid, but I don't remember The Crow. You're a little. Yeah, I might have seen it when I was a kid too. I remember that one film. There was like a really lanky, skinny man lived in the man's walls and comes out at night to take revenge on him by putting his toothbrush in the toilet and such. Oh, let me tell you something. My siblings said that. I didn't really do anything. Like we had like your typical shitty mom's boyfriend, right, living with us. And like I never really did anything like that. But like my siblings told me that they would like steal like $20 from him, or they would like put his like toothbrush in the toilet. I'm like, what the fuck, guys? Damn. Like I thought I was the bad one. The Undertaker. Oh my God. I'm sorry, guys. Undertaker. How did I mess up that name? Yeah, Undertaker. Kane, yeah, dude, it was so fun watching wrestling. One of my favorite things to watch too was the what's the wrestling one where they're all like made out of like clay? What was that one called again? Oh, so good. It was like Celebrity Death. Oh, is it Celebrity Death Match? Oh man, it was so fun. Gotta love that. Hold on a second. Come on, buddy. You can bite on your bone, but not in here. Come on. Dennis. You take Steve with you? He keeps busting in my room and making noise. I close the door and he just busts in with his head. Yeah, I wonder if are we allowed to watch it on a stream, or do you think that's too like it's too gory? I would love to watch that on stream. Maybe we'll watch it on Twitch or something. It would be so fun. Celebrity Deathmatch? Okay, it was MTV. Yeah, that was so fun, man. I used to love that so much. Okay, so I'm so glad that this probable cause goes over the standard protocol, because we were wondering. Finally, Baldwin directly pointed a firearm at Hutchins and Sousa. Whether guided by her directions or not, Baldwin knew the first rule of gun safety is to never point a gun at someone you don't intend on shooting. In addition, always assume a gun is loaded. Had Baldwin performed the required safety checks with the armorer, Reed, this tragedy would not have occurred. In addition, if Baldwin had not pointed the gun at Hutchins and Sousa, this tragedy would not have occurred. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't know what the protocol is for when they are just like practicing a shoot though. You know what I mean? Because like it was in the direction of like where they were, but like are you not supposed to like how do you practice a scene, I guess? This reckless deviation from known standards and practice and protocol directly caused the fatal shooting. Like what is Alec Baldwin's defense going to be? Do we already have like we already know that he said that like, oh, he didn't actually pull the trigger and then like something just happened, but like what's his defense going to be? I'm very curious. By not receiving the required training on firearms, deviating from the required duties of checking the firearm with the armorer, letting the armorer leave the church against protocol, deviating from the practice of only accepting the firearm from the armorer, not dealing with the safety complaints on the set, not making sure the protocol of the safety meetings was occurring, putting his finger on the trigger of a real gun, not using a replica firearm for the unscheduled rehearsal, and pointing pointing the gun at Hutchins and Sousa, and the overall handling of the firearm in a negligent manner. Baldwin acted with a willful disregard of the safety of others in a manner that endangered other people, specifically Hutchins and Sousa. Baldwin clearly should have known the danger of his actions, which led to the death of Hutchins. Man, that is it's a long list. Got a long list there. Oh, the Hart family. Oh my God, I remember that. I remember watching the P.P. Owen died live. I think we watched it on stream, right? Before, like, they didn't show the whole thing happening, but they showed like when he was about to like do the jump or something like that. Hello, driver's seat. Hi, I'm representing my new clients, Amy Hobach and TJ Holmes, who are shopping a new podcast. Oh, what kind of podcast? What kind of podcast y'all shopping for? Baldwin as producer. Industry standards, best practices, common practices, historical practices, policies, and or procedures, and the union guided policies and or procedures require and or mandate several members of the filming crew have, assume or assigned certain obligations and responsibilities. Industry expert and or armorer were consulted for information and evidence in this industry. Baldwin asserted and is clearly shown to be the producer on this particular film. Based on his position, Baldwin, through acts and or omissions, contributed to or failed to mitigate or address multiple significant safety violations, issues, and or concerns that resulted in multiple noted instances of recklessness leading up to, contributing to, and causing the shooting. Since the shooting, Baldwin has asserted publicly that he is an expert in the realm of firearms and filmmaking. Investigations revealed that Baldwin has been involved in at least 40 films or TV productions. Oh, because I was wondering how many of them involve firearms. 40 of them that involve firearms, with Baldwin either directly handling or firing a weapon or in a scene with firearms being directly handled and or fired by someone else. Further investigation of this list revealed a multitude of instances, either from the movie itself or the movie poster, showing Baldwin with his finger in the trigger guard and on the trigger in instances where, according to industry standards and common fire safety standards, it should not have been. Experts, industry standards, and basic firearm safety protocols and training consider this reckless behavior requiring immediate remediation. Evidence shows Baldwin failed to appear for mandatory firearms training and firearm safety training prior to filming. Evidence also shows Baldwin requested and was afforded a training session on set, and through the statements in the training that was estimated to be 30 minutes in length due to the distraction of him talking to his family on his cell phone during the training. The on-set and limited time of training does not comport? Comport? Never heard of that word before. What is comport? Comport. I've heard of purport. Comport, conduct oneself, behave. Yeah, bleep, comport yourself. Does not comport to industry standards, and evidence shows Baldwin was in a position to manage, oversee, commence, and require safety training to industry standards. Baldwin's failure to ensure minimum standards were met is considered reckless in the industry. Basic firearm safety protocols and industry standards are provided during this training, which includes basic firearm safety rules and mindset, including but not limited to. I mean, honestly, though, like, because, like, let's say, for example, right, he only did 30 minutes of training and he was actually distracted, was on the phone of his family. I guess, like, is he the one that has, like, is he, like, at the top of the food chart, the food chain, I guess? Because, like, wouldn't there be other people that would call him up and be like, hey, like, we're not going to move forward with this unless you take this shit seriously? Like, I guess, like, no, right? Maybe not? Like, who was the person doing the training? Couldn't they just be like, oh, you know what? Like, since you're not taking my training seriously, I'm not going to certify you to let you continue to do with this scene, right? Like, couldn't they have done something like that? I don't know. Talking about my butt here. Basic firearm safety protocols and industry standards are provided during this training, which includes basic firearm safety rules, mindset, including but not limited to touching, pressing the trigger until the shooter is ready to fire, and is sure of his or her target, treating all firearms if they are loaded, and not covering anything with the muzzle of a firearm the shooter is not willing to destroy. The evidence clearly indicates that Baldwin recklessly ignored these rules on multiple occasions, resulting in a fatal shooting. The evidence shows that the production company hired Reed as the lead armorer for the production. Evidence shows that Reed possessed no certification or certifiable training or union card for this practice, and that she admitted she was the armorer for only one film prior to this production, approximately in April of 2021. Wait, what? Do you not need certification or something? Maybe not. Buttersworth, how are you doing today? He done effed up. Now they cut to the announcers. Yeah. Taking over creative for WWE. Now I have a little bit more faith with the current WWE product. Corky, be glad I'm a moron and don't know that word means. We just Googled it together on stream. We just learned. Comport. It means to behave. Comport yourself. Okay, some context. There was a union strike. He's been in enough movies with guns to know better. Oh, you stepped away. Yeah, comport means to behave yourself. I've never heard of that word either. I had to Google it. Okay, so she does not have no certification, no certifiable training, or union card for this practice. And that she admitted she was an armor for only one film prior to the production. I mean, if she was an armor for a film prior, maybe you don't need to have like the certification thing, but okay. As the producer of the Firearm Intense film, evidence shows that Baldwin allowed through acts or omissions the hiring of inexperienced and unqualified Reed for this production. What was the other movie that she worked on? Do we get to find out? Because she worked on a film prior. Was it like just like a small indie film or something that like what kind of film was it? I want to know. I don't know. Failed to mitigate or establish more precautions to protect against Reed's inexperience, or failed to demand the minimum safety standards, protocols, and requirements on set. Reed was assigned by production to be an assistant prop master in addition to her armor duties. Evidence shows this resulted in Reed not focusing her entire attention on her primary responsibility as armorer. Evidence shows Baldwin violated industry standards and practices by allowing this reckless and generally prohibited practice, resulting in reckless action taking place prior to and or the day of the shooting. Evidence shows that Sarah Zachary was hired as the prop master for the production. It also shows that she was assigned to assist Reed with her armory duties. Man, were they on like a tight budget? Evidence and statements show that Sarah Zachary possessed Sarah Zachary possessed little or no experience with firearms, firearm safety, and armor duties and responsibility. It also shows that Sarah Zachary was assigned to allowed to load and unload ammunition and firearm, handle firearms, and act as an armor when on set with actors, doubles taking possession of the firearms. What the? What is going on this set? Evidence shows this was done multiple times and without Reed being on set as well. Evidence shows that despite the production team's awareness of the safety issues, Baldwin did not address this reckless process and procedure that is contrary to industry standards and safety protocols and commonly understood firearm safety procedures. I want to know what his defense is. I want to know what he's going to say about all this. Prior to the shooting incident, Sarah Zachary had a negligent discharge while handling a revolver intended to be used by an actor in the filming. The weapon was not Baldwin's weapon, but had similar same mechanical functions and appearance, single-action revolver, and was intended for use by the marshals. Statements show that Sarah Zachary was holding and manipulating the weapon while walking and discharged a blank cartridge to the ground next to her foot. Industry standards, practice, and protocol consider negligent discharges reckless in nature that require immediate action and or swift mediation up to and including remedial training, demotion, removal from the set, termination, etc. Evidence shows Baldwin failed to address this reckless situation or to direct Reed to mitigate or address this situation. Did everyone know about this? I mean, I would say like if Alec Baldwin was only just the actor, just some dumb actor, just like, on the film set, like, okay, maybe not as much responsibility should be on him, but he was like the one of the producers. Oh Lord, okay. Also, prior to the shooting incident, another negligent... What? Wait, there was other incidents that happened on set? Okay, there's another one. Another negligent discharge was committed by a stunt double as he was handling or manipulating a lever action period rifle, loaded and left unattended with the stunt performer while in a holding tent. Baldwin failed to act, the evidence shows, to address this reckless situation or to direct Reed to mitigate or address a negligent discharge. Jesus. Through evidence and interviews, these reckless and serious safety violations were deemed negligent by the investigators, as there's no indications or evidence that the firearms in question malfunctioned at any time. Rather, there was evidence the weapons fired because of mishandling or misuse by those handling of the firearm, i.e. pressing the trigger when it should not have been. In his what do producers do? Is that just the name title? Like, it's just like, hey, I'm a producer of this, this makes me look good. Like, what are producers, what are their responsibilities? Welcome back. The union people gaveling a field day with this case. There were some complaints from the other staff. She was a scab. The budget was slim, so they had to get who they could. Money guy and hiring. Okay, so let's find out what his producer position entails. The evidence indicated Baldwin also did not act to address the lack of daily safety meetings that are required to be conducted by the first assistant director. Evidence indicates that on or about 13th day of filming, the only 3 or 4 safety meetings were conducted by the assistant director. Practice and standards investigated indicate that a daily safety meeting should be conducted with a crew, regardless of the scenes for the day's shoot. The lack of meetings and the lack of appropriate content of said meetings resulted in a climate of recklessness, as evidenced by the conduct of the cast and crew documented through the statements and evidence. I wonder if maybe gun safety was just not really taken seriously in Hollywood. How often were there movie sets or TV show sets where they were supposed to go and follow protocol, and a lot of them just didn't because for this lack of maybe they didn't have time, or maybe the actresses were running late and they just wanted to hurry and just roll through it. I wonder if this was just a known practice in Hollywood, or if this was just really a straight up shit show, In addition, no safety meeting was conducted on the day of the incident. Safety meetings were supposed to be listed on the call sheet daily, but were not. Meetings were called randomly throughout the day with no mandatory attendance required. The meetings were impromptu. These meetings should, pursuant to standard protocols, be conducted in the morning prior to the beginning of the day, where all the members of the cast and crew should be required to attend. Okay. You'd be surprised if Alec Baldwin goes to jail. The day finally came. Tom Brady is retiring from the NFL. I thought Tom Brady has said that so many times and he just keeps going back. He'll probably just keep going back, right? Cecilia says Brandon Lee was killed that way. On October 20th, 2021, the original camera crew resigned, citing safety concerns. This does not look good. Safety concerns, commute times, and distances pay, and other issues. On October 21st, a new crew was brought in to begin filming right away. Evidence indicates that during the church scene in question, the director and the director of photography should have been outside of the church viewing the scene from a large monitor. Oh, yeah, because I was interesting. So they shouldn't have even been close to Alec Baldwin. Interesting. Okay, so they should have been outside the church viewing the scene from a large monitor covered by a tent or shade screen, commonly referred to the video village. Statements indicate that Joel Souza and Helena Hutchins decided to be in the church with the camera crew due to the abrupt change of the camera crew. Evidence indicates that Baldwin failed to act to address any safety or continuity concerns with the new crew, causing a reckless situation to occur on the day of the shooting. Man, what the shit? On the day of the shooting, evidence and statements showed that impromptu plans were made to rehearse and then shoot a scene inside the church, and for this particular scene, it was to only involve Baldwin. Evidence and statements show that the first assistant director, David Halls, hereinafter Halls, was present on the set. As with Baldwin, evidence, common standards, protocol, and statements show that Halls has the additional duty of safety coordinator by virtue of his position. However, that position does not afford the handling or the manipulation of firearms. Evidence and statements also shows that Halls, by virtue of his position, is the first point of contact for an armorer when they bring a firearm on set, and is the first person required to conduct a safety check with the armor and weapons. Ooh, excuse me. Industry standards and procedures require that the armorer, in the presence of the first director, show the weapon is clear. Okay, so Halls, right? Halls has an additional duty of being a safety coordinator, okay? Is the first point of contact for the armorer when they bring the firearm on set, first person required to conduct a safety check. Okay. Now, in the presence of the first assistant director, they have to show that the weapon is clear and safe. If applicable, show the firearm is loaded with blanks or dummy rounds visually, and physically checking each round individually for safety by pulling each round out for the firearm and showing that the first assistant director and the actor. The first assistant director then follows the cue of the armor, calling cold or hot weapon on set, then broadcasting the statement across the radio, which notifies all cast and crew. Evidence clearly shows this not occur on the day of the shooting at least 2 times. Baldwin failed to address these reckless incidents and deviations from industry standards and firearm safety rules, directly contributing to the fatal shooting. Halls did not adequately check the firearm with Reed prior to handling it to Baldwin, who additionally did not check it with the armorer Reed. Yeah, because Reed wasn't even there. So Reed wasn't even there, but Halls was there. Halls is further required to announce to the crew when a firearm will be fired on the scene, announcing fire in the hole, or other common phrases to put the crew on notice for shooting or loud noises. The evidence statement shows that this requirement did not meet safety or industry standards, and further shows that Baldwin failed to address and or mitigate this reckless and dangerous practice. It's official. Wasn't there a stat on there being less than 10 negligent discharges on movie sets in the past 50 years? I forgot where I heard that. Yeah, apparently it doesn't happen often. Um, so like maybe usually they're very tight about their procedures, and on this movie set, it was just like a shit show or something. But I did hear something about that too, Joe. Not the exact numbers, but I heard that like it doesn't happen very often. All right. What else is there? Halls, again, by virtue of this position of industry standards and practices, is prohibited and or strictly discouraged from handling any of the firearms on the set. As such, industry standards, practices, blah, 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 call for the armorer to be on the set and to stay on the set anytime a firearm is on set. This practice was not conducted on the day of the shooting and was allowed by Baldwin. Prior to lunch, can I say S&E? S&E showed that Halls requested Baldwin's firearm be prepped and brought to the set by the armorer Reed. Reed states that she loaded the firearm with dummy rounds prior to lunch, so she didn't perform a second safety check on her own or with Halls and the firearm, just showing him the barrel and not removing the bullet to show the firearm was safe. Then Halls took possession of the firearm from Reed. Reed departed the church. I wonder if it was like of her own volition. Halls provided Baldwin with the firearm so he could rehearse and practice with the weapon. However, there are contradictory statements that Reed brought an empty gun to Halls and at some point loaded it with dummy rounds while in the church. Reed then showed Halls the firearm. Again, Reed did not provide a proper safety check with Halls or Baldwin. Reed then left the church. Reed leaving the set and Halls handling the firearm are considered very reckless actions according to industry standards, expectations, and common firearm safety protocols and considerations. There is no evidence. Okay, so this basically answers my question because like if something like this barely happens on movie sets, then it must mean that like they usually follow the procedures to the T. Like they're usually very strict with this. And this whole shit show on this movie set is just something that's like they're probably just like, this is unheard of. This is baffling. There's no evidence or information that Baldwin addressed or acted to mitigate these reckless actions. In addition, for a rehearsal I can't say that, or rubber or replica firearm should have been used. Only when the actual scene was to be filmed should the weapon have been loaded with dummy rounds. Baldwin, Halls, and Reed all knew this was safety protocols. Man, seems like there's many points of failure here. It was supposed to be empty. Further evidence and statements show that when the crew took a break for lunch, firearms, including Baldwin's, were secured in the prop truck safe. Outside, when the crew took lunch for lunch, firearms, including Baldwin's, were secured in the prop truck safe. Okay. Outside the church was a cart used by the armorer and the prop master, contrary to the safety standard protocol, that contained leather gear, rigs like holsters, belts, and ammunition. Evidence clearly indicates this cart and associated items were not secured during the break and was not in visual range of Reed or Sarah Zachary for safety and security. The unsecured cart with equipment, ammunition, and firearms is considered very reckless by industry standards and by common fire safety standards and protocol. Evidence indicates that Baldwin failed to address and or mitigate these serious and reckless safety violation. So they were not secured during break time. Upon returning from lunch, evidence and statements ENS show that Reed retrieves Baldwin's preferred revolver, but Reed does not perform another safety check. Additionally, Reed again is asked and complies with Halls by handing him the firearm once inside the church. There is also contradictory statements that Reed brought in the firearm empty, showed it to Halls, and ultimately later loaded it with dummy rounds. Regardless, the evidence is consistent that Reed failed to show Halls each dummy round and pulled them out for safety, nor did Halls requested it. Reed did not show Baldwin the loaded firearm either, or did he request to see the rounds, which is safety standard protocol. Reed left the church. Evidence and statements. I feel like I'm just reading this. They're just copying and pasting this? Okay. I feel like I'm just reading this again. But it's basically what we read earlier. Reed left the church. Evidence and statements also indicated that after lunch safety check, the firearm to industry standards between Reed and Halls did not occur. This after lunch sequence of events is documented to have no less than 4 extremely reckless violations of industry standards, safety protocol, best practices, and common firearm safety protocols in a very short, compressed period of time. I wonder if they can order Alex Baldwin Like, I don't know. Do you think they're going to be able to tell him, like, okay, you're not allowed to ever be in a film that handles firearms ever again? Jeez. I mean, he's probably going to be fined heavily, and maybe he wouldn't even want to. But, I mean, can they tell him to, like, hey, you can't be in a film and, like, handle firearms? Because look at what you did here. Or, like, you can't be producing no more, man. Or, I don't know. You think that can happen, Matt? That's a serious question. I actually don't know. On the day of the shooting alone, evidence shows that no less than a dozen acts or omissions of recklessness occurred in the short time prior to lunch at the time of the shooting. Because it doesn't sound like this was just like one thing that happened that led to a tragedy. It sounds like it's a bunch of really bad shit. But like I said, I want to see what Alec Baldwin says and let's see what his defense team puts up. This doesn't include the reckless handling of the firearm by Baldwin. Baldwin, by act or omission or failure to act in his position as a producer, directly contributed and or failed to mitigate numerous reckless and dangerous actions during a very short time period. Finally, industry standards, protocols, and common firearm safety procedures on movie sets require the armorer, after conducting the safety check with the first assistant director, to conduct a second safety check with the actor to be handling the firearm. This reckless violation of standards in fire safety occurred 2 times leading up to the shooting, and Baldwin failed to act or mitigate and blah, blah, blah. The reckless deviation from known standards and practice protocol directly caused a fatal shooting. Baldwin acted with reckless disregard and or more than mere negligence in this incident. Baldwin acted with willful disregard for the safety of others and in a manner that endangered other people, and he clearly should have known the danger of his actions would lead to the death of Hutchins. Furthermore, Baldwin handled the weapon in a negligent manner. Evidence exists to clearly show that on October 21st, 21, Helena Hutchins was killed when Baldwin fired a firearm that he pointed at her. The evidence and statements documented in this affidavit confirm many bold instances of extreme reckless acts or reckless failures to act by Baldwin in a 10-day period. Evidence clearly shows that none of the incidents or issues were addressed by Baldwin in his position as an actor or producer to further mitigate further occurrences of recklessness, correct reckless behavior, or correct training deficiencies. You work in Hollywood as a set medic. Producers required to provide a safety set for employees. He did not do that. You hear someone's Samsung phone? You do? I don't even hear it. I feel like I just tune it out now. Always be tuning that out. Baldwin's deviation from known standards, directly caused the fatal death of Hutchins by not receiving the required training on firearms, not checking the firearm with the armorer, letting the armorer leave the firearm in the church without being present, deviating from the practice of only accepting the firearm from the armorer, not dealing with the safety complaints on set and or making sure safety meetings were held, putting his finger on the trigger of a real firearm when a replica or rubber gun should have been used, pointing the firearm at Hutchins and Sousa, the overall handling of the firearm in a negligent manner. Baldwin acted with willful disregard with the safety of others in a manner that endangered other people, specifically Hutchins and Sousa. Baldwin clearly should have known the danger of his actions would lead to the death of Hutchins. Oh, man. Defense attorney Luke Nikas. Probable cause exists that Baldwin committed involuntary manslaughter contrary to and defined in manslaughter in the commission of a lawful act which might produce death in an unlawful manner or without due caution or circumspection or during the unlawful act of not amounting to a felony, to wit, negligence, use of a deadly weapon. Sheesh. All right, we'll keep an eye on this. We also have this right here, but it might just be the same thing. So this is so again, 2 people were charged with manslaughter, Alec Baldwin and the armorer. What's her name again? Gutierrez Reed. Hannah Gutierrez Reed. This one is 9 pages, but it might just be like similar thing, right? Talks about like, let's see. Let's just read the paragraph. We'll read. Oh, actually, let's just read the end. Haha. Okay. Evidence and statements clearly indicate that Gutierrez Reed loaded the firearm, provided to the set, secured it for lunch, and then again provided it for set for use. Evidence clearly shows that none of the incidents or issues were addressed by Gutierrez Reed in her position as armorer to mitigate further occurrences of recklessness, correct reckless behavior, correct training deficiencies. Reed's deviation from known standards, practice, and protocol directly caused the fatal death of Hutchins by not insisting Baldwin had the proper training. I think she said that she was insisting and it still didn't happen. Not checking the rounds she was loading into the firearm. Not showing Halls or Baldwin each bullet before handing them the firearm. Allowing live rounds on the scene. Not staying in the church with a firearm. Here's the thing though. I'm just so confused. Like, even though she lacks the experience and this is like her second movie set that she worked on, I would assume that, like, if you were doing training to become an armor on a movie set, your training would be so rigorous and it would be, like, drilled and ingrained in you to follow all these protocols. And if someone wasn't following them, then you'd probably just walk off the set, right? You'd probably just be like, you know what? I don't want to be in this. Like, I don't want to be responsible for this shit if you guys aren't even going to, like, follow the proper protocols. But, yeah, I don't know. I wonder what she's going to say, too. Because all I know is that she said that she insisted. She told Baldwin to, like, get more training. He didn't listen to her. And then, like, he, like, didn't listen to anything else that she said. I don't know. That's all I remember. Whew. There wasn't supposed to be anything in the gut. It was supposed to be empty. Ooh, okay. Man, my throat is getting a little scratchy over here. Where was I? Not staying in the church with a firearm, allowing Baldwin to point the firearm at Hutchins, not voicing her concerns to management or her double duties as armorer and props assistant, allowing ammunition to not be secured, not making sure a rubber or replica weapon was used in a rehearsal scene, and allowing Baldwin to handle a firearm in a negligent manner. Reed acted with willful disregard for the safety of others. Whew. In a manner that endangered other people, specifically Hutchins and SUES. Reed clearly should have known the danger of her actions would lead to the death of Hutchins. So, yeah, same thing. Same thing. All right, we will see what happens with this. Turn on the music. Oh, my throat. Oh, my God. Hi, 4 billion. Lots of failure, basic responsibility, and gun safety by multiple people that led up to this, which is really surprising, right? It's not just like the responsibility of one person. It was multiple people that contributed to this, which is wild to me. I don't know. I wonder, now what? Wonder when the trial is going to happen. And if it's going to be like a jury appointed, if it's going to be like a jury trial or like a judge appointed one. Ooh. Oh. Man, and then like we just have some really random stuff. Like there's this one video that I just thought was like crazy hilarious. Did you guys see this? Who here in chat? Does anyone here use TikTok? I don't really use TikTok, but sometimes, you know, funny things will pop up from TikTok and it would just like be in my feed. But I don't really watch TikTok. But this TikTok popped up. What was it? Was it on Twitter or something? I don't even really go on Twitter either. But I thought it was really funny. It was wild. There was this. There was these two people at a Walgreens. And I go to Walgreens all the time because I go there to get like my prescription and stuff. I go there to get like my mascara. But like there was these two people at Walgreens in Woodland, California, which I wonder, where's Woodland, California again? Let me look that up really quick. Woodland, California. I think it's like sort of near, or is it not? Maybe not. Is it up north? Oh, never mind. It's like nowhere close to me. It's near Sacramento. I don't know why I thought Woodland was closer here. Yeah, it's near Sacramento. Ew, not even clear. Not even near. Yeah, there was this TikTok here and I thought it was like funny. Like, no shame whatsoever. Oh, hold on. How do you get the video to play? Hello? Work, please. Refresh.
I don't know why you're recording for when she said something to say.
I was like, well, you know, sometimes when people go shopping, they bring their own bags with them. You know, maybe that's what they're doing, you know, because they're just like throwing it all in their bag, just shamelessly, you know, not wearing a mask or anything. Just throwing it all in their bag. Like maybe it's their shopping bag or something. And one of the people are on the phone too. Like, you guys ever been shopping and just like on your phone? Or are they on their phone? Oh, I thought they were on their phone. I thought they were talking or something. Like, oh, maybe they're on Bluetooth or something. See ya, Yuzai.
Doing the makeup at the store without no shame whatsoever. It's a man and a woman. Yeah, one already walked out with a bag full, and the other one's in here. The woman is taking it. She's all dressed in blue.
Or like at least like nowadays, you know, it's acceptable to wear your mask. Just I don't know, wear a mask maybe to cover your face. Also, is she wearing a I can't tell, but doesn't it look like she's wearing? Oh, maybe not. It looks like she was wearing like a scrub or something like that, like nurse's scrub.
Now she's the male walks out, now the female walking out,
and now she's running. It's like, what's the point of running? There's no point now. You're already on camera and everything. And what like, oh my god, what? It's like they're not even stealing anything like super expensive. It's just like it's Maybelline like stuff. I think at most like some of the shit goes from like I don't know, maybe like $5 to like maybe $20 at most. I don't know if the foundation even goes that expensive, but like the mascaras are maybe like $12. But like I don't know what the resale value of this is even going to be high or anything like that at all. So is that New York? No, this is in Woodland, California. Am I in LA? Let's get tacos tonight. You asking me? Nope. No. I wish I was in LA. Tell that to the 157 stores they announced are closing down. Yeah, this is like so sad. I don't know. It's wild because I used to live in San Francisco, and I lived in San Francisco. It was like honestly not my favorite place to live. I did not like San Francisco at all. But like I felt like ever since I left San Francisco and like ever since like 2020, like oh my god, it's just wild. Like all the looting that's been happening and stuff. But this is just funny to me. It's just like. They don't even care. They just chilling. They just shopping like it's normal. But it's like, why even steal like Maybelline? I don't know. If you're gonna do something so like bluntly and you don't care that you're on camera and all that stuff, maybe steal something more worthy. Is the resale value for Maybelline really even that great? The most expensive she took was KY. At least steal the good stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Like it's just like I don't even know what you're gonna do with this. Maybe it's like for self-use, but these are I see some light shades being stolen right now. What is this, Liz? Are those the light shades? I can't tell.
People doing makeup at the store without no shame whatsoever.
Maybe they stole some other good stuff before this, but I don't know. I just that was wild. Okay, this is why I don't really go on Twitter and stuff like that. Just seen some wild stuff like that. Maybe they had to keep it under the felony dollar list. What's the But isn't the amount? Isn't it only like 500, like or 1,000 or something? Hold on. I don't think it's even that high. Oh, this is California. California shoplifting. Let's see. Oh my god. Yeah, I think it's only like 950 or something. Or 1,000. Let me see. Under the current law, shoplifting that exceeds $950 threshold is considered burglary. Can be punishable as a misdemeanor. This is like a lawyer's website. Yeah, like it's not even that. It's not like it's like 10K or anything. I don't know, man. It's not even worth it. Like even if you were to steal like a $1,000, like oh, it's not even worth it. Like no, not worth it at all. Like why? Why would you do this? I don't know. But the fact that they were just so shameless, I thought it was just hilarious. Did you guys hear about this crazy car crash that happened? It was about a Tesla that drove over a cliff in California. It's known as like Devil's Slide. I don't know if you guys have ever been there before, but it actually looks pretty freaking scary. Devil's Slide, California. It's like, oh yeah, like this. You guys ever do this drive before? It's called Devil's Slide. Is this the one that has a house on it though? Because I feel like we've been here before and there was like a really random house or something on there. But yeah, it's this right here. So there was a family whose Tesla drove off the cliff and it fell to the bottom. And it was wild because they survived. It was a family of like mom, dad, and 2 kids, like very, very young kids. But there was like a twist with the story. So yeah, they survived. But what happened was like when they went to recover the car and they realized that the people were still alive, the wife was like, the wife told like one of the paramedics that he intentionally drove over the cliff. And so they did like investigation and then like people had like, there was like witness statements saying they saw the car and they noticed that like when the car went over the cliff, like there was no like, they didn't see any brake lights or anything. It seemed like it was all intentional. But I don't know, is there a picture that I have here? Because like the fall looks really crazy. Oh yeah, I wanted to watch this. This right here. See, there's audio.
Single vehicle, passenger vehicle, 4 doors, traveling southbound on Highway 1 that went over the side of this cliff. The damage to the vehicle would indicate that it hit and then flipped several times. Landed
Yeah, look at
mostly
that.
on its wheels. When we
It's crazy because like they're like, you know, this happens. We've seen like many people do this before. No one survives, but like it's so crazy that they actually survived this. It's wild. The car looks mangled.
We could see the vehicle, so we immediately put a plan in place to lower rescuers down to the vehicle to get eyes and assess what we had. As we were doing that, we were able to notice movement in the front seat through the windshield with binoculars. So we knew that we had at least one person that was alive. At that point, we did not know how many people were in the vehicle. So several helicopters were ordered to assist us with hoisting the patients from down below up top to expedite the rescue. The 2 juveniles had moderate injuries, and we were able to put them in the stoked basket and effect the rescue prior to the arrival of the helicopters, because the helicopters had an extended We're here just to affect the
Wait, it was muted? Why was it muted? How long was it muted for? Oh my lord, I was going off on a tangent here. How long was it muted for? I read your comment the whole time? Oh my lord. Okay, let me start over. This is so embarrassing. I was reading the comment 400. Now this is gonna be so awkward because now I have to like say this all over again. 400 billion suns was like, what's the deal with all these crazy people harming their own family? And I was like, yo, I don't know. Maybe like it's always like typical to hear a story about like a husband finding out that his wife is like planning to leave him, maybe like take the kids or something like that, and he goes like batshit crazy and doesn't know how to respond to it like a normal person and just goes unhinged and decides to just like off their entire family. So I don't know. We hear that a lot. So I don't know if it's like it's pertaining to this situation or not. We still don't know what the motive behind this is. There hasn't been like any like interviews or anything, but the husband is going to appear in court. I think like on February 9th, I don't know why that date's in my head. I think it's February 9th. So yeah, we'll definitely keep an eye on this and see what happens. But I don't know. It's just like unhinged shit. Like why? And he probably didn't even expect to survive too, because like, I don't know if y'all saw the cliff, but it's actually pretty like, it's pretty like deep, you know? It's not like just like, oh my God, it's just like a couple feet down and like tumble down the hill. No, it's like crashing into the rocks and all this stuff. And you saw the car was mangled. So the guy probably didn't expect to survive, and he probably didn't expect his family to survive too. Like his wife was there, you know, to say that like, oh, he did it on purpose, and the kids survived as well. But yeah, I don't know. Let him rot in jail forever. All right. That was basically the summary of what I said. Might have been a little more passionate the first time than the second time.
Helicopters had an extended ETA. We're here just to effect the rescue and to do the job that we can do.
Command 41, Battalion 15.
We were actually very shocked.
Yeah, they were shocked.
Survivable victims in the vehicle. So that actually was a hopeful moment for us.
Yeah, Tesla car sure log enough information to prove he had control or not. Won't look good for him in court. Yeah, I think I have an article saved. We can read about it. You can access the data and stuff. Yeah, that's wild. Oh my God, I'm so glad they all survived. And the guy can survive to go to jail and rot forever. Yay. So this is before they found out that it was intentional. This article says authorities in California says it's an absolute miracle that 2 adults and 2 children survived after their car fell 250 feet over the cliff. 250 feet. Jesus. Tesla sedan carrying 2 minors, 2 adults, none of whom have been publicly identified, went over a treacherous cliff known as Devil Slide. Damn, 250 foot. That's the car right there. Like, Jesus. I wonder how they are though. Like, survive, yes, but like, what condition are they in? Victims all initially listed as being in critical condition, but the AP reported that all 4 individuals whose relationship has not been publicly established were conscious and alert when authorities arrived to begin the rescue operation. The 2 adults suffered non-life-threatening injuries. The children's injuries were described as moderate. In Monday's video were muscular skeletal nature, according to the AP. Jesus. That's wild. Imagine that awkward conversation where it's like, hey, you just tried to kill me, but we're still alive, bitch. Jesus. Okay, so wife whose husband drove Tesla off the cliff told paramedics he intentionally tried to kill us. Dharmesh Patel was charged Monday with 3 counts of attempted murder. A California radiologist's wife, so he's a radiologist, allegedly told paramedics that her husband intentionally drove their Tesla over the infamous California cliff with his family inside, intending to kill them. Dharmesh Patel, 42, was charged Monday with 3 counts of attempted murder in connection with the January 2nd crash that injured his 41-year-old wife, 4-year-old boy, and a 7-year-old girl. How could you do this to your entire family? How could you do this to your kids? Neha Patel allegedly told paramedics after they plunged down. God, this reminds me of that really. Oh my God, there was this really sad case of there were these two women, 2 moms, who adopted a bunch of children, and the moms were like posting all these like happy like family Facebook shit, whatever. And so like it made people think that like, oh my God, like look at these 2 wonderful women like adopting all these kids, and like look at them, they have such a happy, perfect life. But like in reality, like the moms were like, one of the moms were like extremely abusive. The other one was like a pushover. And I guess when they were starting to get caught out on their shit or something, they decided to just like drive in a van with all their kids and just drive off the fucking cliff. Like, I don't know, and killing all the fucking kids with them. It's like so fucking sad. And it's like, I think it was like 5 kids or something like that. Yeah, I don't remember the names, but dude, it was just like so sad. Like, I can't imagine going through when you're a kid, right? And you don't have your parents there to raise you. You go to the foster care system. You finally get adopted by these 2 white women. You're like, oh my God, yay, my life is going to be changed. Like, we're finally going to be happy. And then they end up being fucking crazy psychos. And then they kill you. And like, I think some of the kids were related too. Like, I don't know. It's just like so fucking sad. Like, I just can't imagine that. Good advertising for Tesla. Tesla car surely low. Oh, I already read that. Okay. Neha Patel allegedly told paramedics after they plunged down the 250-foot cliff that he intentionally tried to kill us. She made a statement when asked, what happened? What happened? Wagstaff said, he intentionally tried to kill us. We have multiple people who heard her say that. Neha, who is still hospitalized, didn't get into detail. She was then quickly rendered medical aid, and that was a statement from her. Well, here's the POS right here. Wagstaff says Neha hasn't been interviewed since then. She has an attorney and is being advised that through the attorney that at this point, while being hospitalized, she does not need to submit an interview. And it's traumatic too. Like, honestly, that shit is like so traumatic. Wagstaff says that one of the couple's children was hospitalized with injuries after the crash. The other child sustained bumps and bruises, but no injuries. The crash occurred on a notorious stretch of a highway known as Devil Slide in San Mateo near Pacifica. Patel is a radiologist from Pasadena. Oh, God, that's nearby. Pasadena. Was arrested after the crash at Stanford Hospital. I guess, actually, hold on a second. There's like probably a bunch of Pasadenas in California, right? Right? Per an arrest report by California Highway Patrol that was shared with people. Yeah, because I think he's gonna... Oh, there's more stuff here. Okay. The CHP said, California Highway Patrol, said in a news release that it was alerted of a vehicle over the side of a cliff on SR1 around 10:50 a.m. local time on January 2nd. Oh, man, I wonder if they had like a family trip planned and he like had this in the back of his mind that he was going to do this, or if it was like a spur of the moment. Wagstaff says that after the crash, authorities spoke to 2 separate drivers behind him who watched what occurred and were able to provide information about the lack of brake lights, he said. Authorities also found video from a nearby Tom Lantos tunnels that clearly shows his car coming out of the tunnel, going up the hill, making a right turn off the road into the dirt area at the top, and then a sharp right turn down and over the edge and down the cliff. Wagstaff says investigators are still trying to determine a possible motive. There were 3 people that we believe he was trying to kill, he says. He also wanted to kill himself, obviously. And so that was an effort to be a murder-suicide. Oh, God, what a fucking loser, man. Why would he do this? I'm now convinced that this was an intentional act by him, he says. But then, why did he do this? Why did he want to kill 3 people he, one would assume, loved the most in human life? The Tesla's currently being examined by CHP. They're doing the full examination of it to see, do the brakes go out? Do we have flat tires? Whatever they can determine from the vehicle, but there was nothing immediately that would indicate any type of vehicle disability or problem. I'm convinced that on the evidence that we have at this point that it was an intentional act, he says. Now, again, multiple things could occur, and this happens in criminal cases where the family comes forward, they give us a description of some things that put a different light on it, or the wife comes forward and says, let me tell you what occurred and to explain it. Adds Wagstaff, or the CHP MAIT team comes back and says, look, it was a mechanical difficulty with the vehicle. But the fact that he turned onto the dirt road, right? Like, what does he say? Like, oh my God, my Tesla autopilot was on. So the fact that the whole story is not out yet, it's just a story we have right now. It certainly appears this was an intentional act to us and why we filed the charges. But we'll find out hopefully more as time goes on. Patel has yet to enter a plea. His attorney could not be reached for comment. A hearing date is scheduled. Oh, I got it right. February 9. Only one Pasadena. But there's one near the Bay Area in NorCal. Yeah, that might be in NorCal. It might be in NorCal. Maybe they had an argument. Wanted to turn and drive the car off the cliff, didn't decide. Jesus. No, not the Taco Bell. Lord. Taco Bell ain't worth it. Sorry. Taco Bell used to be really good. I don't know. I feel like Taco Bell now is just meh. Just very, very disappointing. I think honestly, the best fast food that still holds up today is McDonald's. Oh my Lord, McDonald's is so good. Them chicken nuggets, man. So addicting. Oh, like my throat's getting scratchy. I've been turning on my humidifier at night so it could help with my eczema and stuff, but I don't know if it's doing anything. I feel like it's not. I don't know. And now my throat's all like all scratchy and shit. In-N-Out. In-N-Out's like a different species though. In-N-Out just has burgers, McDonald's got everything. I feel like you can't compare In-N-Out to McDonald's. In-N-Out is just in its own category. It's In-N-Out, right? And then McDonald's is where you compare it to other things. Oh, wait, what country are you in, Cecilia? Good. You don't want McDonald's in your country. Don't be addicted to that crap. Fast food is not good for you. But yeah, I'm trying not to eat McDonald's as often, but man, the chicken nuggets are so good. And also, it reminds me of childhood too, because I ate McDonald's as a kid. So it's not only does McDonald's taste like crack, it's also very nostalgic. And I feel like when you're you're into the nostalgia stuff, you're just you just love it even more. Oh, you're in Bolivia. Oh, very cool. How's it over there in Bolivia? How's the weather? It must be really nice right now, right? A lot of restaurants that used to be good at childhood, right? I don't know. Wendy's is all right, but I'll still eat it once in a while. But it just doesn't hit right, I don't know. Burger King used to be top tier. I don't know what happened. Burger King sucks butt. It's just booty. KFC used to be delicious too. KFC is straight up nasty, man. I don't know. That's all about McDonald's nowadays. Their menu got way chopped down the last few years. You know what I want them to bring back? I really like those snack wraps. That was so good. They had the chicken tendies where it was you wrap it and you could do honey mustard, barbecue, and ranch. Oh, it was so good. Canes? You mean Raising Canes? I had Raising Canes. It's okay. It's all right. I don't know. I'm not a huge Raising Canes person. Burger King breakfast was unmatched. Yes, Twister from KFC. I used to like the they had this rice bowl at KFC where you get like the gravy, you know, ooh, the corn, the chicken, the cheese. Oh man, but they got rid of it though. I think they made it into like a mashed potato bowl. Yeah, the Southwest salad. It was actually semi-healthy. Remember how they had the Asian salad as well? They had like the Asian chicken salad. That was like really bomb. It had edamame in it. Like, oh my god, it was so good. Holy crap. All right, guys, let me use the restroom really quick. Should get up and stretch and use the restroom. Oh, the other case that I was talking about, I want to look it up really quick because what were their names? It was, oh, the Harts. Jennifer Hart and Sarah Hart murdered their 6 adopted kids. Sierra, age 12, Abigail, 14, Jeremiah, 14, Devontae, 15, Hannah, 16, Marcus, 19. When Jennifer intentionally drove the family's sport utility vehicle off a cliff. Like, why? Why take the whole family with you? Just do it by yourself. Oh god, this shit pisses me off so much. Yeah, super sad story. Ugh. And you know they were only adopting the kids just so they can get like some social credit. So people would be like, oh my god, you're such good people. Look at you adopting kids. Like, oh, what garbage. They could have been adopted by better families. It's so sad. Taco Bell, caramel apple empanadas. Oh my god. Okay, you know the best dessert at a fast food joint? It ain't the apple pie from McDonald's. Actually, their cherry pie is pretty delicious. It ain't the whatever pie that they have at Popeyes, you know? Not even the caramel apple empanada thing. The best dessert is the peach mango thing at Jollibee's. I don't know what it is. It's like a peach mango pie or something. It's so freaking good. Y'all need to try it. It's so yummy. Yeah, sadly, foster kids don't always get good homes. Yeah, I don't know. It's sad. So sad. Oh, you don't have a Jollibee's here? Ah! Yeah, it's like peach mango or something like that. Let me see. Peach mango Jollibee. Wait, are we going to go on Jollibee's website? Yes, we are. Peach mango pie. It's so good. It's just so delicious. I usually don't like it when their pies are flaky like this. I like it more like baked. You know, this looks like deep fried, but this is so good. But yeah, whenever McDonald's has their cherry pie, I love it. But I feel like they haven't had cherry pie in McDonald's in so long, right? They don't have jelly in Australia. What is that? It's okay, guys. Y'all, you guys probably have better fast food over there, right? Maybe in Australia? Wait, in Australia? Oh, isn't it really early morning right now, Rachel, in Australia? I have a mod that lives in Australia, and like they always, because I start streaming really late, you know, or whenever I stream early, they would grumble because they would still be like really early in Australia. Strawberry and cream. I never got into the cream thing. Like whenever there was like fruit and cream, I don't know. I never got into it. I always thought it was weird. I only like fruit only, like orange and cream. Ugh. Or you guys ever heard of like Portos? Portos has like a guava and cream streusel or something like that. No, I don't know. Fruit and cream. Oh, that's actually not too late then. 11 a.m. That's too bad. Oh, Dairy Queen. Oh my gosh. I'm so sad. I'm lactose intolerant right now, but Dairy Queen used to be amazing. We used to go to Dairy Queen and get like the fudge popsicles. Oh, so good. Missing out. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of like fruit and cream. Something about it just freaks me out. I don't know. Like, I'm just like, oh, that's a weird combination. Ugh. Dairy Queen is so expensive. I haven't been to Dairy Queen since, so I don't know. I feel like nowadays everything is just so expensive. You know, we used to have McDonald's in the dollar menu. That's gone now. Pho used to cost like $5.25 for a regular size. Now it's like $15. Like, oh my God. I don't know, man. Everything's so expensive nowadays. It's crazy. I was just talking to my brother about this. Back when we were a kid, getting $20 from your parents was like a real treat. It was like, oh my god, parents give you 20 bucks. You used to buy ice cream, snacks, whatever. It like lasts you for a little bit. But nowadays, like, are parents giving kids like $50 bills or something? Because like, how can they afford like to buy stuff? You know, like, they're definitely not getting $50. They're probably still getting $20. And now instead of like $20 lasting you for a couple days and you could buy like a bunch of stuff, now it's like $20 might buy you like, I don't know, at least in California, like one meal and like a couple, like maybe like a snack or something, maybe a drink if you're lucky. Your all-time favorite is brownie batter shake. Oh, that sounds so good, but it's probably not lactose intolerant. Oh, that sounds delicious. Oh yeah, no doubt. For $1 bag of chips. Yeah, now and later's. Yeah, like dollar menu and stuff. Like, man, nowadays it's like it's so expensive. Sonic shakes are pretty good. The only thing you can afford is like if you go to Costco and get like the Costco pizza or like the hot dog and a drink combo for like $1, like 75 or something like that. So I don't know. I don't know what kids do nowadays. It's just everything's so pricey. I wonder if school lunches are really expensive too. How much did you guys pay for school lunch when you were a kid? I was part of the poor people, so I had free school lunch. But then for some reason, when I was in high school, they decided to make us pay 45 cents. Oh no, 35 cents for school lunch. And 35 cents is just an awkward amount of change to have, because sometimes you would have a quarter, but like you wouldn't have like a nickel and a dime, you know, or like it's just like I don't know, it's like so weird. It's like, just give it to me for free. Why charge me 35 cents? Just give it to me for free. Oh, in 2006, I was a senior. Oh, it was $2.10. Yeah, that's how we determined how much money like the parents made, because like I remember the kids that were paying like I think like $1.75. I was like, damn, your parents are rich, you know. I think mine was like $1 per meal, but it was like Idaho where people don't have that much money anyways. What? My daughter's lunch is about $5 for a drink, snack, and a sausage roll. Wait, that's school lunch? What? I'll be packing lunch then. Oh man. Free lunch, government lunch. I visit my dad in jail. They had the same food as the free lunch. I mean, honestly, like, I miss the school lunches. I used to dream vigorously about having access to like all the school lunches. I mean, obviously I'm an adult now, so it'd be kind of weird if I like try to like go to like, you know, high school and like get the lunches, but like our lunches were so good. It was all junk food though, but like we had like the Circle's Champs pizza that was delicious. They had like a turkey and rice soup, taco day, like even the triangle pizza. I don't like pizzas, but like, man, if I can just eat all the school lunch again, I'd be so happy. Just all that junk food is so delicious. They used to give us corn dogs as a healthy meal some days. Did you guys ever get in trouble in school where it was like you had this is the worst, where you had in-school suspension, not even out-school suspension, but in-school suspension, and they treat you like you're like a prisoner or something. They don't even let you order regular food from the lunch menu. You had to get like either the, I don't know, it was like a tuna dick meat sandwich or like peanut butter and jelly, and it was so nasty. Really? Why? Your kid said Michelle Obama ruined the lunches. Wait, why? Did she try to make it healthy or something? They were like, ew. I pack most of the time, but it's different in Australia. No free lunches. What? Yeah, the rectangle pizza with carrots and dip. Oh my gosh. I forgot. I hated the carrots with the dip though. Oh, I ate it anyways, but I hated it. Oh man. Yeah, I remember the carrots with the dip now in the little baggie. Man, I wish I went to like, I wish we had like the system in like Japan. There's this really, we're going off the tangent a little bit, but like school lunches in Japan look super dope. School lunch, Japan. They have like gardens, all the kids like participate in making the food. Like it looks so cool. Oh, this right here. Hold on. I'm not gonna watch the whole thing, but I watched this video and I was like, oh my God, this looks delicious. This looks amazing. Kyoshoku, the making of a Japanese school lunch.
Japan, it's neon lights, samurai, shrine, as if students in different grades have different.
So they all like help prepare like the meals. Like how cute is this?
If you have a keen eye,
Look at that. They're all serving each other. Adorable. And they're all like using like when I was in they probably have it still, but like we use like styrofoam trays and like all the bad shit that like is not even recyclable. And then they like have like they have a little garden. Let me see. Look, they have a little garden where all the kids like participate in growing. They have like edamame right now. Like this looks so yummy. Look at this little garden. They got little tomatoes. I mean, this is a small school though, so like in America, it'd be tough to do this, I guess, because our schools are a lot bigger. I think. Yummy. Oh yeah, and then this is regulated by the city though, so like they take the nutrition thing really seriously. Here I was growing up on pizzas and tater tots and tacos. This looks so
that
good.
probably answers your next question, which is what happens when someone is still hungry. Not all kids are the same size. Students can have okawari, which means seconds.
I wish we had seconds. There was no such thing as seconds. It was just like spend more money and it'd be like $2 for a sandwich.
デザートは出ます。ただ
Wait, what? I stopped eating school lunches after a number of gross occurrences. The lunch ladies digging the bananas out of the trash after kids threw them away so they could still serve them. What? No way. Ew, that's so gross. I think the worst that happened for us was like because like they would give you milk, right, with your meal. And like, dude, you guys ever like chugged a milk that was rotten? And all the chunks had already gone down your throat and it was too late to like spit it back up. Like, oh my God, that happened to me twice. That's why like when I was like, ever since that happened to me, I don't chug the milk carton. Like in high school, middle school, I like stopped doing it. I would like test it out first. Dude, when you chug that shit, like, it's like, oh, my throat just thinking about it. Oh God, so gross. Yeah, chug sour milk, horrible beverage. Yeah, oh, the worst. Oh my Lord. Oh my gosh. Sometimes I'm the type of person that like if I talk about it enough, it'll actually make me throw up. So we gotta stop talking about it. It would instantly come up. No, for me, it was like, I don't know why. My body spit it out, but my body didn't throw it up. So I like digested it. It was so gross. And I was a kid, so I didn't know how to like induce like the self-vomiting shit. You know, I was just like, oh God, this is so gross. I already swallowed it. Well, too late now. You went to a small school. You never had issues with lunches. Oh, what did they serve you at your school lunches? We had the milk in bags. What? That sounds cool, Julie. I was always trying to get the straw in the bag, and I was so bad at it. That sounds like Asia. In Thailand, they serve like sodas in bags. Thailand. Oh, Chai, I was just talking about you. Thailand soda in bags. Wait, was it like this? Because in Thailand, I don't think they do this anymore, but this is like my childhood right here. Going to Thailand and they serve your drink in like bags and they wrap it around with like, this right here. They wrap it with like rubber, what's it called again? Like another plastic thing, or they get like a rubber band. Friday was always pizza day. Yep. High school lunches were the best. I liked school lunches. They were so good. I wish we could eat it again. Should we break into like a middle school? You know, we can blend in, right? We can blend in. No, it didn't look like this. Oh, okay. You're going back to the Vide. Yeah, because we also have another person here who's also from Australia. And I was like, oh, what time is it? And I was talking about how you always complain that you miss my streams because, I'm in Australia times. Here in South America, you can buy sodas in bags too. Yeah, but you know, when I went back to Thailand recently, I was really disappointed. They don't do this anymore. I mean, I guess they realized that it was like very wasteful of like plastic or something. But yeah, they don't do it. At least where I went, they didn't do it anymore. The express lane was awesome. What was the express lane? We did have a lane where it was like if you didn't want to get the regular lunches, if you were rich, you can go to the deluxe lunch line where it had like boardwalk fries, it had pretzels, it had cup noodle, it had slushies, but it was so expensive. Like only the rich only the kids that had like, you know, parents' money to like spend went to that line. I only went in that line once in a while and I would get like a cup noodle. I do miss it sometimes because of the time zone. You should just change your time zone. Soda in bags. Isn't it like pressurized? No, so what happens is they open the bottle and they pour it in the bag. So it's not like it comes in the bag from the factory, you know. Walking taco, pretzels, yeah. I remember this one girl in my class taught everyone to eat pretzels with mustard. You guys ever eat pretzels with mustard? Mustard is like not really a thing that kids would like tend to gravitate to, but yo, pretzels and mustard, so good. Oh, okay, all right, guys. I'm just getting hungry just talking about this. Oh my God, we need to break into a high school. Guys, you guys gonna see me in the news. Asian woman of 30s tries breaking into a high school. Ends up arrested in the school lunchroom. And I'm gonna have like mustard like all over my face and shit. So some lady did that. See, that's the reason why I need to have kids, just so I can like, hey, let me go and chaperone for your little project today. We could have school lunch there. I need to have kids in order to access the school lunches. That's what I need to do. I like to see the mugshot. Yeah, just have like fucking mustard all over my face and shit. I picture you like Garfield. Oh man, Richter was mentioning spaghetti and meatballs yesterday. I still am craving spaghetti and meatballs. It's so funny because like my chat will mention food and I'll instantly just like make it. Like I remember last time Ken Meister mentioned, it was also another pasta dish too. He mentioned it to me and I just like instantly just like made it that day. But yeah, I want that spaghetti meatballs. She dressed like a kid and snuck into the school to see if she can get away with it. She got in trouble. I just want to sneak into like the school lunch. That's it, okay? I won't sit down with the rich kids. I won't sit down with the popular kids, the athletics, I'm gonna go sit down. I'm gonna do it up, I could still wear my makeup, but I'll do like the whole like punk rocker emo look. That way it'll cover my age and I'll wear like the, like, do they still dress up like that? I don't know if they do, but maybe they don't. Maybe I'll show up and I'll be the only like emo looking kid and that trend is not even a thing anymore in high school. And I'll just like stick out even more now. You want that square pizza? Dude, I want the circle pizza. The square pizza was alright because when we had square pizza, it was a French bread pizza and it was like way too thick. But like I want like the chicken. It's actually really funny because like I have like a friend from back home. Her mom works as a student, as a lunch lady. But we're not really close though. But like I'm like thinking, should I hit up her on Facebook and get close to her so I can start getting like school lunches in? Like wouldn't that be so cool? Like maybe I can ask my mom because they're kind of friends. Maybe I can ask my mom to ask her to bring back some of the school lunches so I can eat it. Is that a weird request? I feel like it'd be so weird. Looking at Steve Buscemi in the meme. Which meme is it? Hello, fellow children. Wait, is it the one where he was in Con Air and he was like a PDF? Our square pizza was disgusting. Pretty sure they had watered down ketchup as the sauce. Not kidding, I swear. We didn't have school pizza or french fries in high school. I don't know why they didn't push kids to eat healthier stuff, honestly. We ate like, I don't know. It was just so unhealthy. I think the only healthy thing was like milk, maybe. I don't know. People don't even like milk nowadays, right? Carrots, I feel like had too much sugar. Oh, you know what's really good? Their breakfasts. Ooh. Dude, French toast sticks was bomb. Nacho day was shit. Your school had a nacho bar? What? Turkey sub, turkey gravy, mashed potatoes, dinner roll with crushed strawberries on the side. Okay, we didn't even have any of that fancy stuff. Healthy is expensive. That's why. We had cheese streams and buttered noodles. Or I guess because like they probably made it like they probably like factory made it like in like large masses, right? And they had to freeze it. But yeah, you would think that I guess it's too many kids, right? I was like, well, can the lunch ladies just make the food fresh? But like, yeah, it's probably too many people. It's not worth it. Man, the people were thirsty as hell because the bags didn't even have much milk. Yeah, you had to resort to drinking from the water fountain or spending like $2 to get a Gatorade. Because you guys remember, for us, right? They started putting the vending machines at our school. Oh my God, they were so expensive. But people would buy it because they didn't want to drink from the water machine and stuff. Yours was unhealthy because our town was poor. It was inexpensive. That's often the way it goes. Get a full salad bar? We didn't have a full salad bar at all. I remember the school. Oh my God, the school cookies. I used to buy them, resell them with a whole bunch of other shit. Wait, we used to have in middle school, we had the gym teachers. They would make these, I think we talked about this in stream before. Fuck, they're called like, Worcestershire, I don't know, but they would bake these cookies fresh and you would smell them by 8th period. And like when class was over, they would sell them at the end of school. It was so good. It was like chocolate chip M&M. Oh my Lord. Yeah, I'm just really hungry. I'm just getting really hungry right now. Oh my God. You guys are making me hungry. I'm like drooling. Wait, can we talk about like stupid news really quick? Oh my God, this is really sad. This is really sad and really stupid. And I heard about this yesterday. So, I don't even know where to start. But like social media, you know how they always say like, oh, don't meet up with people on the internet. You never know. You might never know who you're gonna meet online. They might not be who they seem, and they may not be who they purport to be. Wait, hold on a second. Why is the chat not showing on here? Chat, YouTube chat. Oh, sorry, I turned off YouTube chat. Okay, you guys are here now. Wait, who went to private school? Was food better in private school? Oh, Michelle Obama was doing her healthy kids lunches thing, so her portions got smaller. What? No shade on Mrs. Obama. Oh, I'd be pissed, man. Trying to make my food healthier by giving me less calories. I need my food now. Give it to me. The cake is a lie. Trust no one. Holy mackerel, my younger self is jealous. But it was a private school. I don't know, man. I don't think kids will eat from the full salad bar. Actually, maybe some high schoolers. Maybe it's a high schooler, but I don't know, man. Having a salad bar, that sounds horrible. It sounds like a waste of money. Especially if it was like lettuce too. Lettuce is such a waste of money. Anyway, so yeah. Social media. Be careful. Be careful who you meet online. Try not to meet people online. But anyways, do you guys think... I have a question. Do you guys think these two look similar? Do you think they look similar? Look alike? In any way? Let me zoom in a bit. You guys can look. Do you think they look similar? Do you think it's possible that their family members might mistaken them for another? No. That's what I was saying too. I was like, I mean, I don't think they look similar at all. I mean, like maybe like pretty, but do they look similar? Like if I was like her family or her family, would I like mistake the two of them? No. But let me tell you something, okay? This bitch on the left right here, she was shopping on social media. She was hitting up girls, pretty girls on Instagram that looked like her on social media. Her and her, I don't know, friend or boyfriend or something. They were looking on social media, shopping around, trying to find pretty women that looked like her so they can murder them. And why? Why would they want to murder them? It sounds strange, right? Like, why would you want to murder your doppelganger? Like, why? I don't even think that she's even a doppelganger. They look completely different to me, but according to her, they look very similar. So this is just like such for a dumb reason too. Like, you know, when you hear about like murders that happen and it's just like the reason why they do it is just so stupid. It's just like, oh my God, this is such a waste. Like she died for no fucking reason. Literally no fucking reason. Well, I might tell you something. So woman allegedly used social media to find and kill doppelganger so she can fake her own death. And I was like, why would she want to fake her own death? Okay, maybe she wants like collect the insurance money. Maybe she's in debt. Maybe she needs the money to pay for mom's surgery. Maybe she wants plastic surgery. Like, I don't know. Like, why would she want to fake her own death? Like, I wonder why. Or maybe she owes like a lot of money to like some mafia or something. She's like on the run. Or maybe she has like a stalker and she wants to like disappear. Like, I wonder why she wanted to fake her own death. It must be for a good reason, right? It must be for a good reason. No. I'm going to just tell you guys now. Spoiler alert, no. 23-year-old German Iraqi woman is accused of killing a beauty blogger she met online who looked just like her. Authorities say the alleged murder was a part of the suspect's elaborate plan to stage her own death. The Munich-based suspect, identified in German news outlet as Sharaban K, allegedly scoured Instagram for lookalikes to target before settling on an Algerian beauty blogger, Khadija O. It's so sad because, like, I think she's, like, super young, too. Like, barely even got to, like, live her life yet, you know? Probably just finished school, starting out in her 20s. Maybe she just finished college or something. She's on social media, but, like, so young. And this is just, like, so dumb. According to authorities, Sharaban K sent the victim, who lived about 100 miles away in Eppingen. I'm sorry, I'm butchering all these names up. I'm sorry, guys. If you guys know how to pronounce these, just let me know. Messages about makeup before allegedly luring her to meet by promising her a cosmetic kit. You know what? Usually, like, when I get DMs, if it's, like, from females, like, women, I usually am not, like, really suspicious about it. I'm just like, oh, women are pretty cool, you know? They're not, like, really creepy and stuff like that. Guys, on the other hand, you know, sometimes you get some cool people and sometimes you just get some real fucking weirdos out there. But, like, for the most part, when you get DM from women, it's just like, oh, okay, they're harmless. It's fine. So, like, here's what happened probably, right? She got a DM from another woman. She looked pretty. They're bonding about makeup, and then the woman's like, hey, like, let's meet up, you know, like, we're like, hey, like, I got makeup for you, like try it out. And I don't know, maybe that's what happened, but yeah, they met up. And so on the day of the alleged crime, Sharaban and her boyfriend, so not only if you have one dummy, you got two dummies here that thought this was gonna work. I can't believe it. Like, when you find, how do you find someone who's just as dumb as you? I would think that that'd be really rare to find, like, you know, an accomplice. But, like, I don't know, maybe just dummies just attract other dummies or something. And her boyfriend, Shakir K, allegedly picked up the victim in their vehicle, drove her to a forest in Ingolstadt, okay? And so it's like, okay, well, how did they get rid of her? Hopefully they gave her a quick death. Maybe, like, you know, they didn't want it to make it painful. No, what they did was they stabbed her 50 times. And not only did they stab her 50 times, she was stabbed so horribly in the face that she was so disfigured. So I think what they wanted to do was like they wanted to make it so that like it sort of looked like the woman, but let's make sure we stab her in the face just so like it like sort of looks like me, but like not really me. Like I don't know. Like then you could have just picked up anyone, but like I don't know. This is just so stupid. Like these guys are so dumb. Like I don't understand how they thought this was gonna work. Obviously, there's gonna be other ways to identify the victim, right? Like whether it's like fingerprints, dental records. Like y'all dumb as fuck. But anyways, so they picked her up, drove her out to the woods, and they stabbed her to death. Okay, and she was stabbed over 50 times. And they left her body in the back of the Mercedes. So I was thinking like, okay, look, maybe they lit up the car on fire to really hide the evidence. No, they didn't even do that. They just left the body there. It's like, I don't know. It's like these people didn't have, the basics of crime is like when you identify a victim, it's like, hello, like dental records, that's one. Two would be like fingerprints, hello. I don't know, like how would they even know if she like had any dental records, like, or if she's ever been arrested before? Like, I don't like these people are just so dumb. It's like not even, this doesn't even make sense. She died for no reason because these two were idiots. When Sharaban failed to return home that day, she told her family she was meeting with her ex-husband. So Sharaban is the alleged murderer. Was meeting her ex-husband in Ingolstadt. So I wonder if she was trying to pin it on her ex-husband. Like, hey guys, I'm gonna go meet my ex-husband, and then here I'm gonna go disappear, and you're not gonna be able to find me ever again. Like, I wonder if she was also trying to pin it on another person. According to prosecutors, I can't read the Time UK because it's behind a paywall, but we'll just go by the People magazine. Her parents went to look for her in the area. They soon uncovered an abandoned car with a deceased woman's body inside of it. So now imagine this. Not only had these two couples affect the lives of another individual by murdering her, okay, now her own family is looking for her. And what did they find? They find a body in an abandoned vehicle. Like how traumatic is that? Maybe they have a better relationship, but I mean, even so, that's still pretty freaking traumatic, you know, to like, if you find out that your daughter died and was just like abandoned in a car, you don't know what happened to her, okay? Sharaban's family believes she was the victim in the backseat because of the strong resemblance between the two women. Also, the severity of the victim's stab wounds made details of her facial appearance hard to recognize. However, an autopsy proved the body actually belonged to Khadija O, someone else. The weapon used in the killing still has not been found. It's been confirmed that the accused had contacted several women via Instagram before the act who seemed to look similar to her, the attorneys told Bild. It can be assumed the suspect wanted to go into hiding. And get this is why she wanted to do it. Not because she owed money to, I don't know, maybe like a mafia or something, they were coming after her. Not because she wanted to disappear because there was a stalker coming after her. It was because she was having family issues. Fucking family issues. She wanted to go into hiding because of family issues. Like, what are you, a fucking teenager? Like, I know she's probably like in her like low 20s or something, but like, come on. You have family issues and GTFO. You're an adult at that time. Just fucking disappear then. Why bring someone else into it and fake your own death? And like, whose identity were you planning to assume? Was she going to move forward and assume Khadijah's identity from here on out? Like, what was she going to do with that? Like, these people just really didn't think any of this through. What a waste. This is so dumb. This is so dumb. Oh my lord. Yeah, and DNA evidence too. Hello. Like, does the hair strand match like, you know, my mom's like the maternal DNA or like maybe your dad's DNA? Like, I don't know. These people are just so dumb. Like, you didn't like if you try to at least like maybe hide the evidence and maybe like set the car on fire. Okay, you know, maybe, you know, they're like, okay, you know, like let's hopefully everything gets burned up or whatever. But like, I don't know. Then at that point, it doesn't even matter if you found someone that like sort of looked like her. But these people are just so dumb. Like, why? Okay, so anyway, so she had internal disputes with her family and wanted to fake her own death. Sharaban K and alleged accomplice Shakir K were detained by police in August 2022 and are now both charged with murder. After the investigation... Wait, I thought they would go into hiding. How did they find them? Because here's what I'm thinking. Oh, you know what? She probably went and stayed at her like boyfriend's house or something, or like I don't know, like they probably didn't even try to hide and run. They probably were like, not, I don't know. I can't imagine them being smart. After the investigation, it can be assumed that Sharaban wanted to go into hiding due to internal family disputes and fake her own death. Like, listen, you can have like a horrible, horrendous relationship with your family and stuff like that, but like, don't bring other people into your shit, man. Like, don't. Just go into hiding then. Just disappear. File the worst your family will do, which is file like a missing persons report, and then at that point they probably just think that maybe you just disappeared, right? But like, why fake your own death? And also, obviously, if something were to happen to you, who do they usually investigate and look at, right? Your boyfriend. And is your boyfriend faking his death too? No, they're going to go question the boyfriend. They're going to go, they're probably going to think that he was the one that unalived you. Something broken in her head, like most murderers. They seem to lack basic common sense a lot of the time. I bet this girl was the type of kid who would threaten to run away as a kid, sit on steps for an hour and go back, all this over a family dispute. So she's going to show up to the murdered girl's family function, expects nobody to notice. I don't know if she was trying to do that. Like, was she trying to assume her identity as, well, like, hey, guys, like, I had plastic surgery. I'm Khadijah. Hello. Like, I don't know what she was trying to do. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And it's not like they even, like, was it even hard to even catch them? Did they actually try and go on a run? But anyways, it was an extraordinary case that demanded all the investigators' skill. A spokesman for the local police force told Build. Build is like another like article company or something like that, like another news site. We don't have a case like this every day, especially with a spectacular twist. On the day we found the body, we didn't expect to turn out like this. If they're convicted, the suspects could face life sentences. Yeah, give them life sentences. It's unclear whether they have a legal representation or have submitted police the charges against them. So I don't know, man. This is just so silly. Like, what a waste. What a waste. She died for no reason, and they got caught. Like, she literally just died for no reason. This is so nonsensical. Anyways, there's that. We have some other interesting stories as well. Oh shit, hold on. No! Ugh! Music. I don't think they got through past that one. Ooh, okay. Is it in Germany? Maybe. It like named one of the cities, but I don't know if it's in Germany or not. But yeah, seems like it. Since they kept talking about like the German authorities and stuff. Oh wait, I thought I played this. Yeah, it's so sad. I don't know. What a waste. Southern Germany, Bavaria. Let's see. Bavaria. Have you guys visited Germany before? Bavaria. Let's learn a little bit. Bavaria. The Free State of Bavaria is a state in the southeast of Germany. Oh, it's actually pretty large. That entire thing right there? There we go. We learned something new. Oh, large and rich. Oh, interesting. We were supposed to go to... Oh, there's Berlin right there. We were supposed to go to... Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to click on this. We were supposed to go to Germany for TwitchCon Berlin. But, yeah, we didn't. The closest I've been to Germany is watching Rammstein. Nice. Du hast. Very, very nice. Oh, gosh. I don't know. Where should we pivot to? Oh, okay. So since we're already talking about, like, true crime stuff anyways, let's pivot to another true crime, and then we'll pivot to a sort of true crime. Like, a crime was still committed, but it didn't result in the deaths of anyone. But, oh my god, this thing was just like a headache. Like a why? Why? Yeah, buddy. Overwatch time? Nah, no Overwatch. I'm waiting for the new season to start, honestly. I feel like there's really no point in playing right now. No point. I mean, we could play a little bit, maybe. We'll see. Okay, so I don't know where to start with this one, but there's this headline about... a woman that befriends a man who's in jail, and he was in jail for a murder, and he actually murdered 2 people. And these 2 people that he murdered were actually relatives of the woman that is friends with him. So it's like one of those stories where, like, you know, like, man commits murder, family forgives him, and like decides to like befriend him while he's in jail, and like hopes that like he like doesn't get the death sentence, and like, you know, like let him out on parole and stuff. I don't think it's family though. I think she was the only one of the family members that like wanted him to, you know, wanted to be friends with him and like wanted him to like get out on parole and stuff like that. Hello, Gwendolyn. How are you doing today? How are you? And so the story is kind of interesting because the man actually he serves like 20 plus years in prison, and he actually does get out. I don't know if he actually gets out on parole or if he gets out because he actually served his entire sentence, but he gets out of jail and he ends up murdering again. But the story is actually really interesting because like, I feel like I suck at telling this, but like there's this article that I was reading. It's called About You. Never heard of them before, but I feel like they did a really good job at explaining this. So we're going to read it. You're going to read it real quick. All right, guys, get ready. Cozy true crime time. I'm just going to read it to y'all. Oh, let me get to part one. Oh, sorry. I skipped ahead of myself. Murder Mystery. Murder at Horseshoe Lake, part 1. There's only 2 parts, by the way. It's not super long or anything. This is like pretty short. Okay, so we have the 2 victims right here that was in the original murder. So the murder of Martha McKay at Horseshoe Lake in March 2020 was a tragic case of deja vu. Her mother, her very own mother and cousin had been slain there in 1996. The same person killed all 3 victims. Oh my Lord. Imagine having your mom and your cousin being murdered, and then years later, you're murdered by the same freaking person. Like, yikes. The unusual circumstances drew national attention despite the other pressing news of the other day, COVID-19 pandemic. The history of this lethal legacy is the history of a family blessed and cursed, a family Tennessee Williams might have conjured up. The McKays this is just like background story on the McKays. So they're like prestigious or well-known in this small town. They got lots of money. And what I thought was interesting, though, there was a fire that happened. So what happens is, this is the cousin right here. His house, like, mysteriously, like, catches on fire. And so while he's, like, you know, essentially, like, homeless, he goes and live with his, I think this would be considered his aunt, right? Yeah. He goes and live with his aunt. But within 30 days of living with his aunt, their house also mysteriously catches on fire. So I actually do wonder if his fire, you know, if his house burning down was also linked to like what happened. I don't know if they ever connected the dots on that, but maybe. It just seems like a coincidence. So this is the cousin right here. Joseph Lee Baker was Sally's nephew. He taught English at Hughes High School and was better known as a prima blues musician and vocalist. Baker lived in Horseshoe Lake with his wife and 3 sons and had been a fixture on the Memphis music scene since his big debut in June 1969 Memphis County Blues Festival with a group called Moloch, I think. His psychedelic guitar solos were legendary. After Moloch broke up, he played in Mudboys and the Neutrons, a band that defied labeling with their eclectic discography. How do you pronounce that? Discography? That sounds weird, right? Discography. That sounds weird too. I don't know. They both sound weird. How do you pronounce that? He also had his own band. On August 12, 1996, how old were you guys in 1996, by the way? A fire swept through the Baker home while the family was away. Investigators determined the cause to be arson and suspected the motive was to cover up a burglary. Aw, thank you. Hi, Tugboat. How are you doing today? It's cold in Texas right now. Are you guys getting snow? Aw, thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you for the $9.99. I appreciate it. Thank you. You're welcome. If I was a better storyteller, I wouldn't have to read it. But I don't know. There's like some details in here that I just like don't want to just. It's hard. It's hard. Okay, I just read it. They did a good job writing this, anyways. The Crittenden County Sheriff said a rash of burglaries have been reported in the upscale community. So this must be linked. Oh my God, this person's so messed up. All right. And Baker had accumulated and kept in the house a considerate amount of cash to use for printing and pressing his band's new record. Besides the money, he lost an extensive memorabilia collection, including an irreplaceable guitar once owned by Furry Lewis, an early influential blues musician. Whether it was to be their own permanent new home or just temporary, the Bakers moved into a cabin about 100 yards from Sally's. On Tuesday morning, Baker went over to discuss business matters with her. It was 1 month later, almost to the day of the fire that had destroyed his home. While he was at Sally's, which is his aunt, someone entered her house and set it ablaze. Only this time, the results were deadly. Firemen found the bodies of Sally, 75, and Baker, 53, near each other in the smoke and rubble. Autopsies revealed the victims were shot to death before the fire occurred between 10:30 and 11 a.m. This is wild to me, and this is so brazen. Like, I don't know, burglaries in the morning? Not even at night, but I guess like they do it in the morning because maybe they're hoping people are away at work, I guess, possibly. After inspection of the crime scene, officials thought burglary was the motive again. A neighbor found McKay's red Toyota Camry wrecked and turned over a mile or so west of the house. The car had hit a tree and rolled into a ditch. It appeared that the driver hit his or her head on the windshield. The killing had an unnerving effect on the residents of the area. Who was the murderer? Was this person still in their midst? Everyone breathed a collective sigh with the arrest of a boy named Travis Lewis on November 5th, 1996. So just a couple months later. Only 15 at the time of the murders. He had just turned 16 at the time of his arrest. Lewis knew both of the victims. His grandparents rented their homes from McKay, and his mother, Gladys, was a housekeeper at Snowden House. Lewis attended Hughes High School, where he was in an English class taught by Baker. So this guy is so connected to the victims, okay? So his grandparents rented from the family. His mom was a housekeeper for one of the houses, and the man that he killed was like his English teacher. Isn't that crazy? He attended high school where he was in the English class taught by Baker. Yeah, that's his English teacher. My God. When he appeared in court in a probable cause hearing, Deputy Prosecuting Attorney Lindsay Fairley told Judge Samuel Turner the police had evidence tying Lewis to the scene. He was subsequently interviewed, has made a statement, and confirms his presence at the scene. Turner ordered Lewis to be held without bond. Fairley mentioned possible additional defendants and the possibility of additional charges, but didn't want to elaborate at the time. The Shelby County, Tennessee Sheriff's Office sent a dive team to assist Arkansas officials in searching for a gun in the lake near, did they find the weapon? Near a boat dock behind McKay's home. Lewis had a juvenile record, including conviction for assault. Though he was originally charged with capital murder, the family did not seek vengeance, but rather showed mercy toward the youth. Which I know that kind of mind bogs a lot of people. It's like, well, you killed a family member. Like, I can't imagine like showing mercy, but I can see why they showed mercy, because maybe it's like, oh, it's just a kid, so young, 16, like, I don't know, like going through a horrible rough patch phase or something. I don't know, man. But they asked that the death penalty be taken off the table. Or they could just not believe in the death penalty, right? That could be a thing too. Lewis's lawyer convinced him to plead guilty on 2 counts of first-degree murder. The circuit court judge was David Burnett, the same judge who blocked appeals by Damon Eccles and the West Memphis 3. Burnett sentenced Lewis to 28 and a half years for the slayings and 5 years for burglary and theft. The additional time was to run concurrently. Lewis tried to recant his confession by saying he was not alone at the crime scene. He admitted that he was there when the murders occurred, but said that it was an adult who committed the killing. So they tried to pin it on someone else. Officials dismissed his claim about an accomplice when he named an individual who had an airtight alibi, and no one else was ever charged. Man, imagine, what if you didn't have an airtight alibi? Do you guys ever wonder about like what happens if like you ever get just like in a really crazy world, if you were ever accused of murder, like how often would you have an airtight alibi? For me, it's just like, I don't know, I'm just at home. Like my corgis can say that I was here, and I guess Dennis can say I was here, but like, I don't know, airtight alibi. Well, I guess I have cameras in my house, so that could be airtight, right? But I feel like it's always just, it's just me, corgis, Dennis here, and we could lie for each other. So, like, is it really airtight? Born in 88, so 8 years old. Hi, corgs. The McKays hope Lewis will turn his life around. Martha McKay, this is the daughter, by the way, especially concerned herself with Lewis's rehabilitation and befriended him when he was in prison. Little did she know the darkness in his heart would betray her and he would kill again. Like, oh my God, this is so freaking crazy. So her mom gets murdered. Her cousin gets murdered. The guy goes to jail. Doesn't get the death sentence because the family didn't, took it off the table. And, I guess she like feels bad and maybe she just wants to like forgive, and like move on with her life. And so she starts befriending him in jail, writing letters and stuff like that. And when he gets out of jail, she actually like helps him out. She gives him a job at her, I think at like one of her like places. Just so like, because, once you get out of prison, it's probably really hard. If you're like a small, tight-knit community, everyone knows who you are. It's probably really tough to get a job. And like, if you want to like start over anew, it's probably like, it's probably tough. It's probably not easy. Okay, so now we're on part 2. Early that Wednesday morning, Crittenden County Sheriff's deputies responded to a home alarm at Snowden House on Horseshoe Lake. Inside, they found the body of McKay, 63. So at this point, she's 63 years old. And I think the murders happened when she was like probably like in her 30s or 40s. She's been stabbed and bludgeoned to death, but had somehow managed to trigger the alarm before collapsing at the top of the stairs. Some reports say she was wrapped in a blanket. The deputies didn't realize someone else, possibly the killer, was still in the house. They saw him jump out of the second floor window and land apparently uninjured on the ground below. He got behind the wheel of a car that was parked on the premises and started driving away. He didn't get very far, however, because the vehicle got stuck in mud. Oh my God. So look, get this, guys. So the vehicle gets stuck in mud. He exits the vehicle. He runs into the lake. And he goes inside the lake. But I don't know what his game plan was. Like, okay, so you're trying to get away from the cops. Your car gets stuck in the mud. So you decide to exit the vehicle. But then, like, you run into the lake. And then, like, did you not know how to swim? Or did you thought you could outswim the cops? Or did you, like what happened? Because he ran into the lake, but then he never came out ever again. He like drowned. Like, what the heck? Maybe it was amphibious. No, at first I was like, well, maybe he actually did escape and they just assumed that he died, but like they were able to actually recover his body. Martha's murder was the third to take place on the McKay property. A teenager, Travis Sante SUES, slew her aunt and uncle, Sally McKay and Lee Baker, in 1996. At the time of one of Sally's sister, Edith Snowden Dewey, became manager of the family's Horseshoe Lake enterprise. Martha, who's been living in California, joined Edie to help her during transition. Martha had grown up in San Francisco, but spent the summers on Horseshoe Lake. In her 30s, she studied at the University of Washington, where she got a degree in a comparative history of ideas. The director there encouraged her to complete a project she had been working on in her spare time, a chronicle of each generation of women in her family. This became the subject of her thesis. Her love of history came to the forefront later when she satisfied that Edie didn't need her assistance in Arkansas anymore. Martha moved west again and bought a house in Virginia City, Nevada, and restored it to its former glory, an endeavor she thoroughly enjoyed accomplishing. She also refurbished some houses in Seattle. After Edie died in 2006, Martha decided to buy the Snowden house from the family corporation and renovate it, as she had done with Nevada property. Some of the improvements were simple, such as interior painting. The entrance hall welcomed visitors with beautiful, soothing blue walls and black and white marble floor led to the grand staircase. The bathroom vanity countertops were made of Calcutta gold marble. Oh, Calcutta gold is pretty. From quarries in the mountains of Carrara, Italy. Hot water lines heated the floors beneath the tiles. A believer in green energy, Martha replaced a gas-heated basement furnace with... Okay, so this is just her like renovating the property. Tourists marveled at the majesty and the splendor of the Snowden house, and Martha opened it for special events such as parties, wedding receptions, but to her, it was her home and tranquil haven. Memphis Magazine called her the Lady of the Lake. That actually sounds a little bit scary and ominous to me, though, because I don't know why. I think of that movie. Is it M. Night Shyamalan? The Lady in the Lake? I think that's what I'm thinking of. She often could be seen taking her black Labrador retriever, Lizzie on leisurely hikes through the scenic surroundings. Beginning in 1977, residents experienced a change in the environment. Horseshoe Lake was receding, pulling away from the shoreline. The cause was a U.S. Army Corps of Engineers pumping station installed near Mariana to ease flooding problems with the Mississippi River overbroad, blah, blah, blah. So basically, she came back, she brought the family property, she renovated it, and I think she like made it into like some sort of like event place, or maybe like even a Airbnb, a bed and breakfast type of thing, I think. Over the years, the kind-hearted Martha had remained in contact with Lewis, so this is the guy that murdered her mom and her cousin. When he killed her aunt and uncle, not her mom, aunt and uncle, he was doing drugs and was a thief. Martha, I thought it was mom. Didn't it say it was mom in the other article? Martha, who was a Buddhist, believed he deserved a second chance and tried helping him while he was incarcerated. She wrote to him regularly and even visited him behind bars. She also supported his early release. Though he had been sentenced to 28 years, he gained his freedom in 2018. The family was contacted every time he was up for parole. All of them opposed it, except for Martha. After he got out, she hired him to help take care of the stolen properties where his mother, Gladys, had been the housekeeper for many years. So I think it's possible that she had a really good relationship with Gladys, and like, you know, she was just trying to like forgive and move on with her life. And, you know, that's probably why she trusted like the son so much, right? Because it was like, oh, you know, I have a good relationship with your mom, and like, I feel like you've been a changed person. Things seemed to be fine at first, but in time, Lewis regressed to the point that Gladys had to cut ties with her own son. So even her mom at some point, even his mom at some point, cut ties with her own son. And she even warned Martha to stay away from Travis because he's going back to his old ways. I don't know, man. Like, what would cause him to just go back to his old ways? So you like commit a heinous crime. You go to jail for like 20 plus years. But like, usually when you come out of jail, I guess it's like really rough because you have to find a job. It's hard to like get back into society and all that stuff. But like, he was given a job, you know, and he's like working like alongside his mom, and like, I don't know. Must be the greed, I guess. Despite her forgiving nature, Martha finally gave up on him. She sold a chandelier for $10,000 and kept the cash at home until she could deposit in the bank. But the money disappeared. The only person who saw her come home with the money and stash it was Lewis. So she reached the only logical conclusion and fired him on the spot. She banned him from ever returning to Snowden House. Then on that fateful morning on March of 2020, lawmen followed an intruder down the lake where he went in and sank beneath the water. Using sonar equipment, the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission and Crittenden County Search and Rescue were able to locate and recover the body. It was Lewis. He was 39 years old when he was drowning rather than surrendering. When he chose drowning. Oh, so he chose to drown. I just thought that he was trying to escape, and then he was like, oh shit, like maybe he couldn't swim, or maybe it was like the water was a lot harder to swim in than he thought, or like it was just really cold and his body went to shock or something. An autopsy revealed he had cocaine, methamphetamine, and marijuana in his system. Near Martha's body, police found a bag containing valuables and a bloody kitchen knife. Investigators surmised Lewis had intended to steal the items, but no one can say if she caught him in the act and he then killed her, or if he went there to kill her and figured he might as well commit the theft. Like, oh my God, this is so silly. He may have put a blanket over her to feel... I thought he put a blanket over her because he felt bad or something. Oh my God, no. He may have put a blanket over her to fuel a fire he planned to ignite, as he had done with Sally McKinley Baker, destroying any evidence he might have left behind. Dude, like, you already got caught once. You think 20 plus years later, technology is going to all of a sudden, like, go backwards or something and you weren't going to get caught again? Like, why would you commit the same exact crime twice? Like, this just doesn't make any sense. So silly. Whatever thoughts were in his drug-addled mind, Travis Sante Lewis killed his benefactor, a woman beloved by many and with nary an enemy, except for a soul she tried to save. I don't know. It's just so sad. It's like one of those, like, crazy, like, stories that you hear and you just, like, don't believe it. It's just like, wait, what? But... yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was like really sad. You know, the woman was trying to move on. She was trying to forgive. She was hoping that this person can change. And yeah, it sucks because the guy ended up murdering her. It's like really sad. All right, guys. How is everyone? Dude. Oh, if you guys are here, by the way, don't forget to like the video. Please like the video. Thank you so much. I already had 48 likes on here. Thank you. I appreciate it. And then also join the Discord if you haven't already. You know, you don't know what Discord is. It's basically just like a mega chat room, you know, with all of us in it. And you get notifications and all that good stuff. The Discord link is in the About Me section below. I might use the restroom really quick, actually, because I've been drinking lots of water. My throat has been like... so I'm going to drink some water, and I will be right back. Forgiveness? No, I think it's great. I don't think she did anything wrong. I know some people are going to criticize her and be like, yeah, you should have learned. You should have known better. But I think it's good to forgive. And I think it's just like, it just sucks for her that she ends up forgiving someone who just decided to go back to their old ways, you know? So I think it's good to forgive because I feel like it's better for you to forgive at the end of the day, you know? Oh, yes, Bleep. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know. And I don't know, just so silly. I don't know. Today's just a day of a lot of dum-dums, okay? A lot of dumb, greedy people. Forgive but don't forget. Keep a healthy distance. Ah. Got a pimple coming over here. Pimple. More of the story. Never forgive. Just kidding. Forgive but don't forget. Keep a healthy distance. Yeah, I don't know. That'd be tough though. I don't know if I could ever forgive someone like that. They murdered people that I loved. But I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, that's tough. Maybe she wasn't close with her aunt and her cousin or something, but I don't know. It's like still kind of like weird. Okay. Ooh, got a little water droplet right there. Okay, so this next story that I want to share with you guys is pretty interesting. I want you guys, if you guys haven't heard of the story yet, I want you guys to guess who this woman is gonna sue, okay? So I'm gonna tell you guys a story, and I want you guys to guess who the woman sues. We're gonna talk about this woman, what she did, and then later on, who she ends up trying to sue. How about that? Yeah, who she ends up trying to sue. I want you guys to guess who it is, okay? So we have the story of a woman named, what's her name again? Daniela? Yes, okay. Oh, God. I have to make sure I don't show you guys the answer to this. So we have a story about this woman. Her name is Daniela. And Daniela, she's like young. She's in like her early 20s. She goes to like a Marilyn Manson concert. And she gets really drunk, okay? Like really fucking drunk. She gets super drunk. I don't know if her dad was there or not, though. But she gets into a vehicle. She's driving past in this small neighborhood, and she blows through a bunch of stop signs, okay? She's like in a neighborhood. It's really quiet. And because she was so drunk, she fucking just crashes into, I think she crashes into like a house. I think that's what happened. Let me see. I think she crashes into a house. She's driving this like quiet, residential neighborhood. And I think she just crashed into a freaking house. And so here's what happened when she crashed into the house. I'm going to show you guys this footage really quick. It's nothing gory or anything like that. Don't worry. It's just pretty wild. Oh no, it's going to load. Load! And that happens. And you're probably thinking, what kind of explosion is that? What caused that? How can you hello? Maybe the car exploded. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe that's what I was thinking too. When I first saw this, I was like, wait, what did the car explode? Like, holy shit, that's crazy. Oh wait, can you guys hear this? Do I have to make it louder? Oh no. I'll make it louder. Hold on a second. Or I think it should be okay. All right. Oh, you can hear it? Okay, good. So we got this family right here. They're just chilling. I think there's a hot tub there or a swimming pool or something like that. Maybe they barbecue or something. But imagine just like chilling with your family in the backyard and all of a sudden you see this freaking explosion. I would probably think that like we're getting bombed or something. I'm like, oh my God, we're getting attacked, guys. We better hurry and go into our bunker. Dude, that is crazy. He's like, get out of the tub. I wonder if she wanted to stay in the tub. Yeah, this is scary. I'd be like, oh my God, guys, something's happening. Yeah, it's scary. Dude, look at that. You could just see like the sparks. Also, who else has this Costco beer pong table right here? We have one as well. It's very useful. Yeah, that's freaking wild. Like just like chilling with your family and all of a sudden this big explosion happened and you're just like, what the heck? She crashed into the fireworks factory? No. Okay, so she did crash into a house, but I think what happened was she also crashed, like there was also like like a gas pipeline or something like that. That's what she crashed into, and that's what the explosion came from the gas pipe. And so it's not just one house that was damaged. It was actually multiple houses. I think right here it says like, was it 4 houses that was damaged? No one died, thank goodness. But Daniela, you blasted like 4 houses and there were 7 people that were injured. Two firefighters suffered life-altering injuries as a result of the explosion. One spent 8 days in a hospital, has undergone multiple surgeries. Another suffered brain trauma as he was struck by a brick thrown from the blast site. Oh my God. Oh, so I think what happened was she crashed her vehicle, and at that point, there's probably gas that was leaking, right? And so the people in the neighborhood probably called 911, or I don't know what do they do in London? Is it like 999 or something like that? I don't know what it is in London. But they call it the emergency services, and the rescuers probably came. And by that time, like the explosion didn't happen yet, and maybe the gas was like slowly leaking. And because there was like firefighters on the scene, there was people on the scene, they're probably like standing around there. The blast finally happened, and that's how the firefighters were injured. So more than 70 homes were evacuated that night. Oh my God. I thought it was only, so it destroyed 4 homes. However, 30 homes were damaged. Damn, Daniela, she probably like, I shouldn't have drunk drive. Drunk driving is bad. Drunk driving is, I learned my lesson. More than 70 homes were evacuated, 30 were damaged. During a sentencing hearing. Oh, wait, I wanted to show you guys this footage though. Let's see if it loads. Yeah, this is an aerial footage of the houses. So these are the 4 houses, I believe. Like this one completely destroyed. These are the 4 houses that were destroyed. One of them actually had like a pregnant woman, and luckily nothing happened to her. But like imagine like being in your pregnancy and like your house is just destroyed, and now you have to replace and buy everything. Like, oh my God, what a fucking shit show. Like we were talking about pregnancy and stuff like yesterday on Twitch, but like having this on top of it happen to you, like, oh my God, I can't imagine. So much, just more stuff to deal with that you don't have to. Her dad wasn't there, but the car was in his name, right? Okay, yeah, she was driving her dad's car. In London, they run around and yell, "Blimey," until emergency service arrived. Nice one. I think it's 999 in Europe. Let's see. London emergency services. If you ever go to London and you're like, oh my God, what's the emergency services number? And then you're going to be like, oh, but Corgi said on her stream said it was 999. So there you go. You're welcome. I saved your guys' lives. Oh, 112 or 999? 112? I've never heard of 112. To report a non-urgent crime, call 101 within the UK. Oh my gosh. Our non-emergency police line is like a real-ass phone number. I wish they would just make it something easy like 101. Because I feel like that would make it so less people dial 911 if they just had 101 to dial for like non-emergency stuff. Yeah, because like for us, it's like the non-emergency number is like a real-ass number. It's yeah, look it up and you gotta like actually like put it in and stuff like that. Okay, so Daniela Lays. So she's gonna be the one that sues. But let's figure out who she's gonna sue, okay? Because she gotta sue someone. She's gonna sue someone. But this is what it looks like. This is the picture of the neighborhood. It's wild. Okay, it's like destroyed. That's crazy. I don't know if homeowners insurance is even gonna help cover any of that. I don't think so. I don't know. That's tough. 7 homes were destroyed in an explosion that occurred after a Canadian woman crashed into a house on Ontario Wednesday evening. Danielle Alexander Lays, 23, so old enough to know better, to not be drunk driving, of Kitchener, Ontario, is facing drunk driving charges in relation to a vehicle that crashed into a home, London police announced in a statement Thursday. Police received multiple calls recording a vehicle that collided into a home at 10:35 p.m. local time. A gas line was also struck in the incident, causing an explosion that damaged 7 homes, the City of London said in a statement. So before it said 4 homes, but by this time, maybe like the numbers grew. Pictures and videos shared by the police on social media showed the damaged home. One residence was completely destroyed, but nothing but of a shell of the house left charred. I don't know how. Maybe there was no one home. But that's so crazy that like there were no deaths or anything. Good Lord. But yeah, this is like aerial footage. Like, look at that. That's crazy. Wait, can you see this? Zoom in. Maybe that helps. There you go. Look, it's like daytime and they're still trying to put it out. Oh my gosh. That's so crazy. Just completely destroyed. The damage amount. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I read the dollar amount. Hi, Kay. Yeah, that's so wild. Okay, so we got that. More pictures right here. Woman facing charges. Injuring multiple people. 7 people, including 4 firefighters, 2 police officers, and 1 citizen were transported to the hospital. 3 firefighters and 2 firefighters have been released from the hospital. Wait, 3 firefighters and 2 firefighters. Maybe 3 firefighters and 2 policemen were released from the hospital. 1 firefighter remains in the hospital, but is in stable condition. The condition of the civilian is unknown. Around 100 homes in the area were evacuated as a result of the incident late Wednesday. All right, just a bunch of ad stuff. All these and stuff. So this is her. This is like about a couple years later. So this happens in 2019. In 2021, she has to go to trial, of course. You know, she has to go to court. The victims, they're going to read their victim impact statement. And I'm just going to read a little bit of this article right here. So that's her right there. That's Daniela Lays. The young woman whose drunk driving crash set off the Woodman Avenue explosion made a statement at sentencing hearing Thursday, apologizing for the pain she's caused to people in London's Old East Village and thanking first responders who worked to save lives that night. Lays, now 24, made an emotional 3-minute address to the hearing, which was conducted via video conference. After hearing victim impact statements from residents who lost their home in August 14, 2019 blast and who continue to suffer trauma because of the events of that night. 10 million? That doesn't surprise me. I can't express how truly sorry I am for what I've done to you, said Lays, at times crying. It's one thing to hear what my accident was like on the news. It's another thing hearing it from your statements. It really gives me perspective just how reckless my actions were. I mean, you sure already got perspective from the get-go, but it's okay. We won't be too nitpicky in the words here. She also thanked residents of Woodman Avenue who tried to free Lays from the car after she crashed into 450 Woodman Avenue, severing a gas line. Yeah, so the residents were there. They're trying to help her get her out of the car. I also like to thank the people who managed to get me out of the car as I was passed out at the wheel. I wouldn't be here today had you not risked your lives to save mine. Oh my God. Imagine if like people actually died and she survived. Oh my God, all because she was drunk driving. On the night of the blast, Lays, who lived in Kitchener, was driving home after attending a concert in downtown London, almost 3 times over the legal limit for blood alcohol while driving. What's the blood alcohol limit in London? Blah, 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 blah. I think like in certain states in America, it's like 0.8 or something, or 0.08. Oh, I think it's the same thing. 0.08. Yeah, some states have like a no tolerance for alcohol. So like you can't even blow like a tiny little smidgen. But okay, 0.08. Okay, that's how it is like on the East Coast. On the night of the blast, Lays, who lived in Kitchener, was driving. Oh, sorry, I already read this. This is the aftermath. Some more pictures right here. The area was quickly evacuated, but the house exploded 15 minutes later, destroying a number of homes in the street, injuring 4 first responders, and forcing the evacuation of more than 70 homes. Oh my God, you're affecting the lives of so many people. Holy crap. The struck home was obliterated, and a handful of others besides it had to be demolished. Last October, Lays pleaded guilty to 4 counts of impaired driving causing bodily harm. At Thursday's statement hearing, those affected by the blast read victim impact statements. Haley Gray, whose house was next to 450 Woodman Avenue, was destroyed, was pregnant at the time of the explosion. She told the court she spent much of the months after the blast dealing with moving, replacing lost items, dealing with insurance companies, and counting what was lost. Like, this is such a shit show. I feel that my pregnancy was stolen from me. Yeah, because this is a time where you're supposed to be like, you know, I want to say enjoying quotation marks your pregnancy, because sometimes pregnancy sucks ass, but like you're supposed to be like, you know, it's like your glowing time. You're supposed to be planning about like planning a new kid, painting the new room, setting up, you know, the crib and all that stuff. But no, you're dealing with insurance and you're dealing with all this mess. Like, oh, it's like, oh, what a headache. Gray described having to quickly evacuate her home that night, not knowing at the time she was leaving her home for the last time. She described a new pain that would surface multiple times, sometimes months later, when she would recall and realize which possessions, including family heirlooms, were lost in the blast. We'll never forget the trauma and devastation this event has brought into our lives. Laura Earle, who also lived on Woodman Avenue, described how her partner Chris Patterson tried to rescue Lays from the car, using a brick to smash open the windows after seeing her unconscious at the wheel and discovering the car door locked. We were worried for her safety and her life, said Earle. She recalled scrambling to hobble down the street with her foot in the cast from a previous injury as balls of fire fell all around her. She recalled hearing her neighbor's reaction to seeing the house explode. It is a scream I will never forget, said Earle. Earle and others who provided impact statements described financial losses that won't be fully covered by insurance. Yeah, it sucks, man. and struggling of dealing with lingering physical and mental health effects caused by the blast. Everything from loss of sleep to strains on the relationship to trauma that returns the instant they hear the loud sound or smell anything burning. Sometimes we still look for something we no longer own, said Earl. Karen Fish and her daughter Emma, who was 12 on the day of the blast, lived at 450 Woodman Avenue. Oh no, lost their dog in the explosion. What? They said there's no casualty. This is a big casualty right here. Doggo. Where was Doggo? Karen also told the court she lost photos of loved ones and a pillow Emma's father made for his daughter before his death. Karen told the court the experience of losing her house has left her emotionally depleted. The Crown is seeking 3 years of jail time for Lays. And you know what really sucks is like a 22, 23, 24, however old she is, 24-year-old, they probably ain't gotta have any money. Unless she has like family money, I don't know, it's probably gonna be really hard to like get any money from her at all. It's just like everything is just lost, you know, and it just sucks. I thought this was London, Ontario. Poor lady who have the PTSD. I think it is London. Yeah, this is London. Crown Counselor Jason Miller said the consequence of Lay's crimes have to be weighed against other factors, including that she's a young person with no criminal record. Miller said sending someone to Lay's prison is a terrible thing, but also said the sentence must reflect the devastation caused by Lay's decision. Like, I think, what do you guys think about the 3 years for her? 3 years? Like, yeah, I mean, like, no priors, young, drunk, dumb. Like, yeah, 3 years. I think 5 years would have been too excessive, or 4 years, right? Miller said sending someone to Lay's prison is a terrible thing, but also said the sentence must reflect the devastation caused by Lay's decision to drive home after consuming enough alcohol that would render many people unconscious. These offenses require... Also, this is so dumb because this is the time where, like, this was only in 2019. Uber, Lyft, they were all around this time. So, like, back then it was like, oh, you know, like, a lot of people did drunk driving because, like, they had no way to get home, you know. But now that we have, like, all these, like, all these, like, apps, like, just call a fucking car. Jesus. These offenses require high condemnation from the court, he said. It's important that people get the message that Canadian... Oh, is this Canada? Canada. Wait, what? It is? You're right. It's not in London. This is so confusing. Woodman Avenue in London. Oh, so London, Ontario. I don't know, man. Okay, so we're in Canada. I thought we were in London. Okay, we're in Canada. Canada's society is tired of these offenses. If you had it. It was a terrible mistake she made, said Miller. We give people second chances. She'll get one, but what she makes of this is her doing. These victims have lasting and permanent effects on her actions. Again, remember, guys, this is your homework assignment, or your now assignment. I want you guys to guess who she is going to sue, because she is going to sue someone. I want you guys to guess who, okay? And you're like, who's she? The lady that was drunk driving, okay? She gonna sue someone. Who's she suing? Who do you think she's suing? Miller said that those hurt in the blast, including 2 firefighters, 2 police officers, will suffer lifelong effects of their injuries, and that the Old East Village community will be forever scarred by this offense. Lay's lawyer, Richard Braden, agreed that jail time was appropriate, but was also said the sentence needed to take into account other factors, including her decision to plead guilty, which spared the victims. Oh, she pled guilty. Okay, good. This spared the victims in the course of trouble and the trauma of the new trial. Braden also pointed out that Lays is receiving counseling to deal with her struggles with alcohol. Judge George Orsini will consider the arguments and deliver a sentence on February 11th. So I was like, oh, so she's like, you know, like she sounds like she's sorry. I mean, we only have like articles. We don't have videos or anything. Like, I get it. Like, you know, like, well, I don't get the drunk driving part, but like, everything that happens afterwards, it's like, okay, she knows she fucked up, she's young, went to a concert, drank too much, did something stupid, really fucked up, destroyed a lot of people's lives, didn't kill anyone, but did kill a dog though. But like, she's, you know, probably I could see her being really remorseful for her actions, right? And like, you know, she's decided to plead guilty. That way she's like, the families don't have to go into court and like try to like, you know, battle it out and like waste like, you know, more money of like, you know, the city's money and all that stuff. But like, yeah, this is 2 years later, she decides to sue someone. Souses the bar. I guess she sues the gas company. That's a good guess. She really had other options. So the place she hit that blow up. Oh my Lord. Imagine deciding to sue the house. Was like, well, you know what? You shouldn't have had your house built this way because your fence was this way and your road was this way. Like, I'm going to sue you. No, she doesn't sue the house. Dude, that would be fucked up though if she tried to sue the house. No, she does not sue the house. But Sal did make a good guess. Not the gas company either. That'd be crazy if she tried to sue the gas company. But, you know, the fact that she was trying to sue anyone is just silly to me because, like, it just doesn't make sense. But was it 2 years afterwards? 2 years later? 1 year later? No, 2 years later, because we're in 2023, right? Okay. 2 years. So first incident happens. 2 years after that, she, gets her sentencing. And so 2 years later, we see this headline that says, woman sues bar for serving her alcohol after she causes $10 million home explosion. Woman sues bar. I guess it's because, even though you're 22 years old, there's no such thing as being an adult. There's no such thing as accountability. I thought you learned your lesson, Daniela Lays. I thought you took accountability for what happened. But now you're saying that you're not culpable. Now you're saying that the bar that served you alcohol is culpable, that they're supposed to be treating you like a kid. And I don't know, well, so this is pretty new. We don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, and you can have a law, you can sue anyone, obviously, but whether or not that lawsuit is gonna have any credence or not, we're gonna find out later on. But yeah, woman sues bar for serving her alcohol. She causes $10 million home explosion. So here's a picture, just so you guys can get a reminder of what happened, 6 years ago, back in 2019, or no, 6 years ago, 4 years ago. Sorry, math is wrong. 4 years ago, what happened in 2019? Okay, so we're gonna read this article. Canada, what do you get? Pat on the head. Good job, good job. A Canadian woman convicted of impaired driving in 2019 crash led to a massive explosion in London, Ontario, is suing the food and beverage company that served her alcohol, aiming to make them liable for the costs. Daniela Lays, so she's now 26, made national headlines when she crashed her car into a house at 450 Woodman Avenue, breaking a gas line that later triggered an explosion. She pled guilty to 4 counts of impaired driving, was sentenced to 3 years in prison in 2021. Wait, did she actually serve her prison sentence, or did she get out early? We gotta look that up. Now Lays is filing a lawsuit. Man, who was the lawyer? Do you guys think that she thought of this herself, or do you think a lawyer was like, hey, you know what? You know how I can get you some monies? You know how I can get you some monies for you and your victims? Let's go sue the bar. Let's go sue the company that was serving you alcohol. Yeah, I wonder, if it was her own idea, or if she was approached by a lawyer, or maybe it was someone else's idea, maybe a friend or family or something. Who gave her this idea, man? I don't know. And if I was the family members of the people that had their houses damaged, exploded, and all that stuff, I don't know. I'd probably just be like, dude, did she not learn her lesson? Is she just trying to say that she ain't responsible for her own actions? I don't know. This would rub me the wrong way. But maybe they could be happy because if she does win the lawsuit, then they can get some of that money. But maybe they won't even get any of that money. I don't know. We'll see. Alleging that the company shares some of the liability for the civil lawsuit filed by the victims, the blast against Lays and her father, Sean Lays, over the explosion. Oh my God. In a statement of a claim filed in London court, the father and daughter, the dad is in on this too? Oh my Lord. Whose bad idea is this? Mom or dad? A bar has a duty to deny alcohol to people that had too much. Yeah, they can, but that doesn't mean that if they get into a drunk driving incident, it's going to be their fault though. So say for example, if a bar kept serving someone who was super wasted and that person had alcohol poisoning at the bar, then yeah, I can see the bar being culpable for that. But think of how many people leave a bar wasted as fuck, okay? And think of how many people just call an Uber, a Lyft, or just have a friend drive them home. Versus get into an actual fucking car and operate the vehicle yourself. You have to be culpable for your actions. You can't just blame other external factors. I don't know. I just think it's just really silly. But like I said, if she was at the bar and the bar kept serving her alcohol and she died there, then yeah, they'll probably be responsible for that, in my opinion. In a statement of claim filed in London court, the father and daughter are seeking to a ruling that Ovations Ontario Food Services LP is on the hook for any awards or judgment amounts, including interest and costs, stemming from 6 Ontario Superior Court and small claims court actions launched by them by Woodman Avenue victims. I want to see what else the lawsuit says. Maybe we're just being too judgmental. Let's see what it says. Maybe there'll be something in there. The lawsuit says Lays became intoxicated at Budweiser Garden on 14 August 2019, the night of the crash and explosion. Hence, any damages caused by the victims were caused or contributed to the negligence, breach of duty, breach of contract by the bar under the Contravention of Occupiers Liability Act or Liquor License Act. Maybe there's a loophole. The company has not responded to the allegations yet. Among other allegations, the statement of claim Ovations served alcohol when it knew she was intoxicated, did not train or supervise staff serving alcohol, or put profit above safety. According to 2019 case documents, Lays had been driving home from Marilyn Manson concert that night at Budweiser Gardens. I don't know. You guys ever been to a bar before? Like, how many people get like shit wasted at a bar? A lot of fucking people. Okay, people get wasted. And should they be driving? No, none of them should be driving. And drove the wrong way on Queens Avenue before slamming into a house at 450 Woodman Avenue, severing the brick house's gas line. The explosion injured 7 people and damaged 4 houses. And then also, here's the thing too: if you knew you were going to a concert, how many of you will drive your ass to the concert knowing that you probably get wasted? Like, if you're going to a Marilyn Manson concert, you're definitely probably gonna drink or do drugs or something like that. Like, you're gonna have fun, right? You're not gonna be like sober for the most part, right? It's like, why would you drive yourself to the concert unless you thought you were gonna be sober, or unless you like had like a DD to help you get you home? But yeah, I want to keep an eye on this because that's very interesting that she decides to sue the company. But I can see that the lawyers, if a lawyer approached her because they're like, oh shit, guys, we have a loophole here, we might have something, then I can see that, like, okay, like why she would go through the lawsuit. But if she was like sitting in prison, or if she was like sitting at home and like trying to find someone to blame, was like, you know what? It's not my fault. It's actually Budweiser Gardens. It's their fault for serving me alcohol. Then that's just like, I don't know. I'm just laughing. We just laughing. Even there's a legal angle here. She's not taking responsibility to her fault, period, in my opinion. Like, I think it's possible for her to take responsibility, but then at the same time want to take advantage of a loophole, maybe. But like, I don't know. Like, to me, it just sounds like she's not taking responsibility and she's just blaming it on the Budweiser Garden. But we'll see. You know, we'll see what happens. This just came out recently, like super recently, right? Tuesday 17, yeah. So we'll see what happens there. Boom, boom. Hello, the last prince. Why are you the last prince? Where are all the other princes? You put your money on the dad pushing this? Possibly. Maybe the dad didn't want to face the shame and like thinks that he can blame someone else for his daughter's actions. I don't know. I don't know. Today is just a day where, I don't know, I just go through all the news of very interesting people. I feel like we should have like positive news though. Do we have any positive news to share? Do we? Anything positive going on in the world? I'm sorry. I feel like I just shared a bunch of like headache news. I don't want you guys to come here and be stressed out. Just maybe like 99% stressed out. But I want to give you guys like 1% of like no stress. Do we have any good things that we can share today? Any happy news? WWE3. Think of how many others would sue bars for child support payments. Yeah, I mean, at that point, it's just like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Because like, if that lawsuit actually, like, if they actually went in court, it's just like, okay, so how responsible do these bars have to be to make sure that people don't get into cars? Because think about it, even if you're not like super intoxicated, even if you had like, let's say like there are people that can have like 3 or 4 drinks and not be super intoxicated, right? But you're still not allowed to drive. So it's like, are they supposed to like, you know, police the fucking garage or like the exits and make sure that everyone's getting into an Uber? Like, no, like we're adults now. Come on. If you can't handle adults' responsibilities, then don't do adult things like drinking. Just don't drink. Just don't fucking drink. Do something else. Hi, Gwendolyn. Oh God, bars are gonna start making people sign releases before they drink. Oh Lord, what a headache that would be. What a buzzkill. Homepage. Okay, I'm trying to find something happy, but there's nothing happy. There's, oh my God, sex trafficking. Oh no. Do we have anything happy on here? Nope. No happy. No happy. What is this? No, I don't have happy news, guys. I'm sorry. I don't have happy news. My YouTube is flooded with like true crime stuff. I have like toxic relationship stuff. Harry Potter games coming out. Okay. Got some video games. Yeah, I have no happy news. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, has anyone here been watching the Murdaugh family murders though? I didn't want to watch because the trial is long. It's like 8-hour plus trials, but I just wanted to watch like recaps and stuff. You guys been watching it? Because I followed the story before the trial happened, and as everything was unraveling, it was so wild. So I bet you the trial is even more crazier. Not yet. It's sad crazy. Yeah. I think like the only YouTuber that I see covering it is I forgot her Emily. I forgot what her last name was. She's like a lawyer, and she covers like cases and stuff like that. I forgot her username. Oh, Emily D. Baker. Thank you. I always butcher people's usernames. I'm sorry. But yeah, I saw that she was covering the trials, I think, like live. And yeah, I don't know. Because like when I covered the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, like the defamation trial, dude, I was like, it took a lot of energy out of me. It was really interesting though, because I was like really into it. But I don't know if I can ever cover a live trial again. I need to have like a year plus break. Oh my god, yeah, Slug. They found the Tesla guy. Dude, that was wild. Did y'all hear about the Tesla guy? Oh my gosh, I talked about this slightly on my Twitch stream, but there's this like unhinged dude that drives a black Tesla, and he has no front license plate, no back license plate, because in California, it's not like, I don't know why. I'm from like Maryland, okay? Maryland, you need front and back, or you get pulled over like ASAP. I think in California, you don't need to have a front, but you must have a back, I think. But there are some cars that don't even have either. I don't know. It's fucking wild. I think you can just have like it display in your window or something. But yeah. So this guy is like unhinged. Okay. Anytime someone cuts him off, and I think he mostly just targets women, from what I've heard. Anyone like cuts him off, like this guy is so unhinged that he'll get out of his car with a fucking like iron pipe, okay? And he's like, I think he's just like ready to fight people, because not only does he have an iron pipe in his car, like why would you keep that in your car? But he's got like a mask and everything to hide some of his face. But like he'll come out and like start like banging on like people's cars, or like even beating them up. Like he literally like punched this woman at a mall that I used to go eat Hai Di Lao. Like, it's fucking wild. He, like, picks fights with women. And then, like, he'll try to pick fights with women who have, like, I don't know, maybe, like, their boyfriends or significant other in the passenger. Like, it's so crazy. Who's the Tesla guy? Let me, California Tesla guy. I think he was caught recently. I thought he was, like, in his 50s. Like, no, like, the dude looks like he's in his 50s, okay? I thought it was, like, 50-something years old. I thought it was, like, an unhinged 50-year-old dude or something. But he's actually in his 30s. Bail denied. I don't know, man. Like, dude. Oh, here it is. Pipe-wielding Tesla driver violently attacks vehicles in Southern California freeways. Okay, so nothing gory is going to happen. Just letting you guys know. And this was happening to a lot of people. Like, how many people did this happen to? Like, over 20 people, right? And it was crazy because, like, they hadn't caught him yet.
During morning rush hour.
KTLA 5's Carlos Salcedo live in Glendale.
This is like prep work. You gotta get your mask on. You got your pipe there. Like, what a fucking loser.
Then this.
I cleaned it up a little bit. This is the only residue right here.
Imagine being so unhinged that you have to resort to this. Like, I don't know, man. Like, please go get some therapy or something. Go to anger management classes, because one day, or I don't know if he already has, but like one day you're probably going to have a family, you know? You're going to have like a wife or husband that's going to have to deal with your bullshit. You're going to have kids that have to deal with your bullshit. Like, I don't know. Fucking get help now.
There's a little dent.
This man asked us not to show his face. His Chevy pickup was on the receiving end of the...
Yeah, and I'm saying this because, like, dude, my mom's boyfriend used to have some severe anger issue. Oh, he does still probably, but he would have like, I don't know, like severe road rage. And it was so fucking embarrassing. Like, as a kid being in the car and like there's someone raging, like road raging, you're just like, oh my god, like please end this. Like, I don't know. The guy got lucky though, because like no one ever like beat his ass. But so he actually attacks a woman at Santa Anita Mall. Let's see if we can find it. Santa Anita Mall. Like, she had like a fucking, right here.
A case of road rage.
Like, what a fucking loser.
Growing in magnitude tonight. More victims coming forward, speaking with Eyewitness News about their confrontations. Take a look at just some of the locations where we've gotten reports.
All right, so we got Glendale, Atwater, Hollywood, West Hollywood, Echo Park, Pasadena. Oh man, I'd be going to all these places.
Reports of almost a dozen attacks. Those attacks from an unknown man in a Tesla. The victims asked we not show their faces, but their alleged assailant still at large.
Same face, the same t-shirt, the same...
Homie doesn't do laundry.
Description of him, it was him.
Since our initial report Wednesday about an attack on the 2 freeway, a growing number of people have come forward saying they too were attacked by...
Look at this! Look at this! We have 3 different footages right now. So unhinged. Wait, why is he always wearing the same t-shirt?
Mystery man in a gray Tesla. Tonight, the number now up to at least 10 known incidents. So who is he? And just how long has he been on this road rage rampage?
Before I even realized it, he had jumped out of his vehicle, swinging some sort of crowbar.
This new victim in West Hollywood says she encountered the man last March and is still in therapy after the attack.
Last March, okay. He was getting away with it left and right, and he probably felt invincible, and
Got out of his vehicle again, this time with a knife, and started to slash my tires.
Jesus.
One man sent us these dash cam photos from last May. He tells us he was confronted by the man outside a 24-hour fitness in West.
How old do you guys think he is? I thought it was in his 50s. I thought he was like a guy in his 50s that like was like in shape or something.
Covina, but he fought him off. And another victim also in West Hollywood shared this video and what happened to her and her 93-year-old mother.
93-year-old mother?
Last June.
He went into some kind of psycho mode and
psycho mode
and starts screaming and motioning.
When a valet attendant stepped in, things turned physical.
And boom, he just smashes him in the face.
And one Arcadia woman ended up with this gruesome black eye.
Holy
a police
shit.
report outlining her confrontation in the parking lot of the Santa Anita Mall in
He punched a fucking woman. Oh my God.
October.
He jumped out of his vehicle and he decided to proceed and yell at me and kind of punch the car, and he then got the chance to hit me.
Oh my God, dude, that's so fucking crazy.
CHP investigates and tries to track down the mystery man. His victims are warning drivers tonight to stay vigilant.
Yeah, that's the mall where we go to eat Heidi Lao, man. Oh man. But yeah, he's caught now. So let's see if we have any updates. Let's see. Updates. Denied bail. Yeah, we'll definitely keep an eye on this dude. Arrested, denied bail, Fox 11, bail denied. This one.
Nathaniel Radamek pled not guilty in court, but his long criminal history has
Nathaniel Radmack. Oh, I wonder if we can look this up actually.
finally caught up to him.
He's driving on the freeways. He's assaulting other individuals. He's cutting in front of people. He is very fortunate that no one got hurt. Otherwise, he would have been charged with murder, vehicular manslaughter.
Wait. Why does she look amazing? Oh my God. Do you think her hair is naturally that color? I hope this happens to me when I get old. I'm sorry. I'm totally pivoting here, but I want my hair to be like this when I'm like 40s, like now. I want it to happen now.
Etc., etc., etc.
Judge Amenia Amy Ashvanian makes it clear her priority is public safety.
She looks so fucking cool. I'm sorry, guys. Let me stop talking. She looks so fucking cool. I want to look like this! Ah! Okay.
On the freeways, he's assaulting other individuals. He's cutting in front of people. He is very fortunate that no one got hurt. Otherwise, he would have been charged with murder, vehicular manslaughter, etc., etc., etc.
Judge Amenia Amy Ashvanian makes it clear her priority is public safety. And based on the defendant's violent actions, the judge believes 36-year-old Nathaniel Radimak is a danger.
He pleads not guilty. How do you plead not guilty? Oh, shit. Let me... Oh, wait. Is this hearing in downtown LA? Not guilty. How do you explain yourself out of not guilty? Do you think like not guilty reasoned by insanity or something? Not guilty. Oh wait, this is old. Wait, is this something else? Oh, this is something else, I think.
He's now charged with 12 counts of criminal threats.
He's been charged with... Wait, previously or right now?
6-year-old Nathaniel Radimak is a danger.
He's now charged with 12 counts of criminal threats, 8 different victims.
Radimak was arrested on Sunday in connection to this road rage attack on January 11th on the 2 freeway. The assault captured on...
Like, not even worth it, man. Like, you want to bang up someone's car, they get it fixed, okay? Like, not even worth it.
Camera shows a man stopping his Tesla in the middle of traffic, then walking over with a pipe and striking a vehicle.
And, like, he does this, like, hand motion, like, come at me, come at me. Why would someone come at you when you're holding, like, an iron pipe? You got a weapon in your hand, okay?
Multiple times. When arrested, Radimak allegedly had steroids and more than $30,000 in his vehicle. Investigators also discovered a long rap sheet dating back 20 years. Violent encounters with random strangers. Innocent victims, including a 74-year-old woman Radimak allegedly threatened to kill.
He's been convicted of felony vandalism, felony criminal threats. He has 2 open matters out of Long Beach and
I love how passionate she is. Yeah, she passionate. Denied. Bail. Denied.
criminal courts building downtown, where he's charged with felony stalking, criminal threats, and
Felony stalking. Man, this, I don't know, man. Can we put this guy away forever? Even though he hasn't done anything that warrants putting him away forever. But, like, I don't know, man. Someone with a long history and someone who just, like, does not care, obviously has no guilt whatsoever. I don't know, man. This person's just going to commit again, I think, but...
vandalism.
While prosecutors asked for no bail.
I think Your Honor's concern ought to be that if the defendant is back out on the streets, it's very likely that someone will be severely injured.
Radimak's attorney, who successfully argued the media shouldn't videotape his client in court, also begged the judge for leniency.
Leniency? I know, lawyer, just doing your lawyer job, but leniency? Oh my God. This wasn't just a one-time thing. This guy was going on terrorizing people of LA. He punched a woman.
But Judge Ashvanian was not swayed by the defense.
Based on all of these circumstances, the court makes a finding that this case warrants a no bail, and therefore defendant will be held with no bail.
Radimak's next court date has been scheduled for February 14th at 8:30 in the morning. Reporting from downtown Los Angeles, I'm Gina Silva, Fox 11 News.
Thank you, Gina. We appreciate the info. All right, February 14th, Valentine's Day. So we got February 9 of the Tesla guy who drove off the cliff, and then we have February 14 of the Tesla unhinged guy. He's like, no one had a gun. I mean, we're unlucky that no one had a gun. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Although I would say, I hear a lot of like really crazy unhinged road rage with like people like that leads to like a shootout. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't think a lot of people in LA had guns, but apparently they do, man. They be having guns and stuff. She looks like she can control the weather. She like a what do you call female wizard? Oh, is it a witch? No, but wizard sounds so cool. I feel like wizard sounds different, and witch like tends to have like a negative connotation. You're getting storm vibes. Oh yeah, storm vibes. Yeah, storm vibes. Oh man. Okay, guys. So today was yeah, we didn't. Well, I guess I did end the stream with some good news. The good news is that the California Tesla guy got caught. Yay! There you go. I ended it with good news. It wasn't all completely bad news or news that you want to rip your hair out of your head. We ended with good news. That's good news, yeah. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys had fun. Again, if you missed the stream, I'll post a stream live probably in a couple. I don't know. The stream has to like do its thing, so I gotta wait until it uploads and then I'll post it live. And then maybe we'll chop it up into multiple videos. So if people don't want to watch the entire stream, we'll chop it up for you. We might. We'll see. We covered a lot of topics today. I might. We'll see. All right, guys. But anyways, you guys missed it earlier. We covered the Alec Baldwin stuff. We covered... Oh, hello there. He just busted into the room again, this guy. Look at him. Showing off his butt. Well, there's no toy here, Steve. And actually, there's a lot of toys here. But all the toys have no squeakies. They're all dead. You murdered them all. He's going through all the toys trying to see which one squeaks still. Donut? Yeah, not this at the donut? Yeah, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. Hope you guys had fun. Follow me on Twitch. I stream on Twitch as well, but I don't do like true crime stuff or any of the cases on there. I just play games. So if you guys want to follow me for gaming, come by on Twitch, stop by, say hello, and join the Discord if you haven't already. Discord is just a mega big chat room. You get notifications, stuff like that. And yeah, thanks for being here. I appreciate you guys chatting with me. Thanks for lurking. Thanks for participating. Oh, he's back now. And I hope you guys had a good night. Take care. I'll see you guys later. And we'll stream again next week. So I try to do one YouTube stream a week. You know, just stop by and say hi to you guys. So, yeah, it was so fun talking about the school lunches, though. I'm glad I'm not the only one that, like, reminisces about some of the school lunches. Bye 400, bye Sal, bye Tugboat, bye Gwen, bye Slug, bye Kay. See you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good night. And let's definitely reminisce on more things in the future. That's one of my favorite things to do on stream. Bye.